So like imagine that spot. Imagine how wide I'm opening that spot. Like, it was ridiculous. He opened 10-4 on his big blind. Like, nah, the guy's not defending any cards, so you can actually open range. Did he?
Someone, a blind versus blind, and then jammed 6 bigs, and he folds a pair.
Was it him, the old man with the blue shirt?
No, it was a different guy.
The game is good.
You want to know
Back on? You guys ready, yeah?
Are you coming in?
Just more like that.
Don't reverse wave me. Don't wish me like. Don't say that. Don't say anything like that.
Talk me up, yeah?
Don't
If
say.
I make a bad play, just say it was really good. Like, keep going, shit.
I'm lazy just a little bit. As long as all the chips go to Paris or
Seed one calls.
This is the best table in the
Yep,
game.
bottom side.
I love this table.
I love it.
I just want to be in the dark.
You reckon chess good?
Compared to those ones.
Oh yeah, the chess is good, but like it's a bit not
two
that,
folds.
not super duper.
Can't see half the table.
Yeah, that's the issue. Yeah, fair. So I'll ask Jem to sit back.
It's not a gaming chair.
It is a gaming chair. It kind of is. But I think I do my back on the gaming chair because when I have a long.
Are they supposed to be like ergonomic?
Seat 3.
No, there's an ergonomic one, but mine's just like gaming chair. But I have mine a little bit back. I'm sitting not well, and then after like.
It's a bad habit, man.
Yeah, it's a really bad habit. 'Cause
Once you get one of
Seat
those
four,
heated
four.
villa chairs,
I've always fantasized about that.
yeah, go get it. It's a good investment.
You reckon you got one?
It's your fucking spine, man. You're not going to get a new one.
Well, when I used to game full time, I never had an issue. But now, lately, for some reason on poker.
Welcome back, guys. Thank you for sticking with us through the break. We're back. Final 2 tables, which was very, very exciting for us. My name's Jackson, joined by, once again, my good friend Nick Mooney. Yeah, Moons, how are we doing?
We are back. We are back for the second half of the stream here at Play Live. 129 York Street, mini main event, 600 buy-in.
48k up top.
Absolutely mental numbers. So
One
far.
of these final 18 are going to come home with $48,000, which is just quite crazy to consider. We've got, you know, a lot of familiar faces here. Obviously, 2 of my close friends, Jordan Battis and Paris Sitzoukis, in the mix. So I'm going to be hoping that they can get the win biasly, but obviously going to be, you know, commentating quite unbiasedly and analysing it as fairly as possible. So if they make a blunder, I'll be the first one to shout it out, as we do see Ting, who we thought was on quite the tighter side, does open it up from the hijack with Queen 9-0, and Jordan has whacked the small blind for 25 bigs. This is an interesting spot. I think this may be a little bit too big. In Chip EV, definitely a take. I think it's probably still fine, yeah. I was going to say maybe we could 3-bet induce this hand, obviously never folding. What do you bet you, Mooney? Like, I'm actually very impartial on this one, so what would you have done in game?
It's such an interesting spot for Jordan. I mean, he's got the 25 big blinds-ish. Gets the open off the hijack of Ting, who has, you know, it does cover him. But it's one of those hands. Jacks is such a strong hand. And,
so good, yeah.
I mean, whether you want to induce worse hands to come along, because maybe he just like 3-bets the pocket jacks, and then obviously he has a hand that he has to fold, the Queen 9-0, but just say he had a hand like, you know, 8-9 suited or Jack 10 suited. There's a lot of hands that you want to actually keep in, and by rejamming there, there's nothing wrong with it. He took down the chips. He's increased his stack by, you know, a considerable amount, and but he's only getting called by a better hand, or a hand that he thinks he's ahead of. So, super interesting. Jordan's a great guy, very well studied as well. So wholesome as well. One of my good friends as well.
He's a blaster, mate. He's a blaster. Which he knows. He is very, very solid with his blastiness, but he knows what he's doing. He just likes to take a lot of spots. So I think we're going to see him sort of get a bit creative on this FT, which is this second final table, and have a bit of fun with it. So good to see him. Good to see Oscar Fong in the chat. Praise Mooney.
Thank you, Oscar.
There he is.
Shout out to Oscar Fong, absolute crusher. You know, I've got to know Oscar over the years, and he's he does well. A lot of very well studied, and also a really nice guy away from the table as well. So thanks again for jumping into the chat there, Oscar. Appreciate you.
Yeah, I got to commentate him on the APT FT.
Yeah, he had a
few
really,
weeks
really
ago,
deep
yeah.
run. Really deep run. Got scammed, of course.
I was
bust.
pretty
That
sad when he
very
lost that
sad,
one.
sad.
Yeah,
Sad reacts. So, but yeah, this is a very, very stacked final table. Not only with like people's stack sizes, but also just like the types of players we've got. We've got Paris Suzukas, an absolute weapon.
he's made a lot of FTs the last few months. I'm not even saying that biasly. He not that we're on the FT yet, but he's very, very close and has a lot of chips. As we'll go through the stack distributions just quickly. As Michelle does whack 600k, which is 12 big blinds, which is a pretty easy fold with the ace 9-0. You start getting to like ace jack 0, you're probably getting a little bit closer to wanting to call there. As Lee warned in the chat, this kid is a blaster. If you've played with Geordie before, you definitely are going to agree with that for everyone else in chat. So yes, you are right, Lee, for sure. One of my good friends, obviously, and yes, is a blaster. But he's sitting pretty well. So we'll go through the stacks now. So we've got Paris 54 bigs. We've got Sal and Sam sitting at 5 big blinds. We've got Michelle.
Is it Mikhail or Michelle or?
I don't know. If is it? What do you reckon?
I mean,
Like it's Michelle and Nunu.
Skazadi.
You know, like that's
correct.
another
That's
Michelle I know
correct.
from poker.
Yeah. If someone can jump in the chat if you know how to pronounce his
Okay. So
first name.
I'm gonna-
Skazadi is his last name.
I'm gonna go Michelle, and if
Okay.
someone tells me it's different,
Yep.
I'll adjust.
You know what?
But
Let's go with
I'm
it.
just gonna say how it is from my perspective. I'm probably wrong. What nationality is he?
I am not sure.
Because
But
the thing is
I've known him for
So,
a number
what do you do about
of
your
years.
Friendly guy.
Yeah, friendly guy.
Or do you want to heal it?
I think back in the brown days, ANZPT days.
Man, that is before my
Years ago.
time. Yeah.
Years ago, I said 35 years old here.
Didn't feel the pain.
And I've been around, seen some things, played a lot of poker, a lot of
Pretty
hands,
bad habits. So
and
yeah.
met some great people as well. Absolute,
Yeah.
Sit 9 calls.
really nice
Sit
guys. And girls.
Yeah, we see Simon open
I'm
up
lucky, I've
the queens to 3 big blinds, which is at least as he's French. That makes sense. It does actually kind of look French. And someone's saying he's Italian, so I'm actually I'm unsure. One YouTube comment Italian, one Facebook comment French. So
Lee says it's
Mikkel.
Mikkel. All right,
I don't know.
French.
Man. They both said it's Mikkel, so I'm gonna go with Mikkel from now.
But I know he loves to play 4 cards. So the PLO.
okay. PLO
Seen him in the
grinder.
PLO streets at Crown Cash Game.
Yeah, Gotcha.
But also he does double in the
a
tournaments.
heal.
I've set
That's
to his
healing.
left.
yeah.
Sat to his left, not set. A couple of times, and he always enjoys.
You see JP in the Trident?
He's in the streets a lot. Yeah. I've seen quite a
180
bunch.
big
for sure.
So
Probably
he's sitting
Chipley
at 15
Trident.
bigs alongside Hayden at 20
Fens-
Yep.
and
Fens are
Simon
three
with
with,
20 as well. So they're sort of in that middle tier.
Yep.
And then we've
Or
got
17
Jordan, Ting and Tamir sitting around that 30 big blind range. And then
Yeah.
Paris, the overwhelming table captain
cut off
with
the fund.
53 big
Cut off
blinds,
the
sitting at
fund.
almost 3
like
million in
6,
chips
5,
from
3,
I believe it
2
was a
clubs. So you got 7-8. So it's a straight
50k.
flush
Yeah, it
draw.
was a 50k start
Literal straight
stack.
flush draw. Check
Barry
raises,
Gradford,
turns
get
to 3.
Matt in the commentary
So 6
box,
plus 3
and then
threes.
Matt said that guy's a
Yes.
flog. I agree with you, Matt. That
Okay.
guy,
River, I forgot.
that guy is a
James,
flog.
guys got
So
ace
Barry,
three
we will not be
with the
getting
flush
Matt
draw.
in the booth. He's a
180
flog.
pot.
Who's on the other table? Andrew's asked. I actually don't have that information in front of me. If the guys downstairs do have the information on who is left in the tournament on the second table, I'll happily read that out, obviously. This is a pretty big event, so people are going to want to know who exactly is in the tournament and rough chip counts. I'm not sure if we can get those chip counts, but we can potentially see who is on the other table. Andrew, are you playing the main event today, mate? I think I saw you yesterday playing the mini-main. I'm assuming no luck in that, just because you're not here. But are you playing the main today? I'm going to assume... as we see Tamir open up the King Jack O, which is quite standard, and we see Sam jam the Ace Queen O from the cutoff for 5.5 bigs. Obviously, never folding here is Tamir. We only need to call 3.5 bigs more to win a 12 to 13 big blind pot. As we see Tamir sort of look at his stack. Let's see if the stack distributions are correct. It looks like it is. So
He's going to flick it in.
Yeah, which is
once
obviously
you raise,
standard,
you're not raise folding King Jack O, especially when Sam rejams.
getting a lot more
not
comments
much
here,
more.
Moons. Getting a lot of comments here.
We
which
are
is
loving this.
which is great. Yeah,
It's a good time of the evening.
8. 10-8. So not a lot of help for the king jack here. Gonna want to see a heart. Yep, a heart wins it,
Wow.
and he finds
Will
the
it
king.
Finds the king.
So we do say GG to Sam. Unfortunately, does bust in 18th. So GG, nice little run. Unfortunately, it is a little bit premature, but you know that is poker. You know, got it in ahead, 55%, and
I think he got a pay jump as well, 1850 for his efforts.
beautiful. Yeah,
Well
from
done.
600, you can't look. It's
Mate,
not.
no complaints.
Yeah, you can't complain too
Cash
much.
is a catch.
Obviously,
Cash is the
you'd
cash.
like to be one of the 17 left to take home the 50 lackers. As we get a couple of comments in the YouTube from Vlad. Finally, an action live stream table.
Yes.
Look, as Luke Martinelli was saying the other day on stream that I was tuning into, it's hard to say because you know you do see such a small sample size. Like for example, last table I think they only played 40 hands in 2 hours or something like that. So it's hard to see. You know, it's very hard in 40 hands to sort of pick up on how people play. Obviously, you can see it a little bit, but there's just so many different spots and you know ways people can go about it. So. Hopefully we do see a little bit more action. I agree with you, Vlad. It was a little bit low in action, but not necessarily their fault. It just was, I guess, the card distribution for the most part. But you do have a few more blasters here that are looking to blast. As Keisha FX says, love what PLM is doing. Yes, PLAYLIVE Melbourne definitely doing the right things and you know putting some tournaments on that everyone's seeming to love, as well as a great final table. So a feature table, sorry. So yeah, we're stuck in for it. We're very, very keen to do it all through the night. And we see Tamir run into Mikal. I'm going to say Mikal's Ace Queen O. This is a very, very, very easy jam for Mikal. 12 big blinds. Ace Queen O is a great hand, obviously. You have just so many hands from Tamir's range dominated, like King Queen, Ace Queen, and then hands that you're flipping against, like, you know, 7s, 8s, 9s, and stuff like that. So, very, very easy jam here for 12, and we'll see this one go all in, I would say, 99% of the time as he elects to request. What do you say before? The pizza. The pizza triangle.
The pizza, pepperoni pizza, meat lovers pizza, Hawaiian pizza, whatever you like. He wants it.
Yeah.
And he's not gonna pass up on those spots. Mikel's very studied as well, so he's not he's not gonna fold. He's not gonna fold these basics holdings, as well as, you know, obviously Ace Queen O is such a nutted hand.
So good, yeah. I would really hope to see Tamir put this one in the bin. If we're suited, maybe we can, you know, have a think about it. But Ace and O, 12 bigs, like in chip EV, this probably comes a little bit closer. But you know, Tamir's in a really good spot here. 37 big blinds. You know, average is probably sitting around like say 25ish. So you don't want to put a mega dent in your stack for no reason, I would say. And he does find the fold, which is nice. Obviously a little bit annoying. You'd like to just see you take the blinds down in that situation, but he makes the right decision. So Mikal does pop up to 825,000 in chips, which is good for 17 bigs, as we see. So a couple of the boys take their seats now. So yeah, guys, as I mentioned on the previous stream about half an hour ago, any questions for me, Jackson, or my friend Nick Mooney in the chat, we'll happily answer them. As I said, any questions about the hands being played or stuff like that. I have been given the other tables draw, so in no order from stack sizes, we're just going to go with the names. So we've got Maysam, Christian, Rahul, James, Big Show, Tung, Michael, and Andrew Morley. So those are the 17 still remaining in the event, as well as the 9 you can see on the feature table right now. So with the stacks coming up, Sal obviously very, very, very short with 2.7 big blinds. Andrew Hawes played a bit with Tamir in the last 2 weeks. He's a dark horse in this event. I agree. I think he's played quite solid. I've been on his table a bunch and seemed to get to know him over the last few months playing here, and he's a really nice guy as well. So hopefully he can make an FT and come third to my friends Paris and Jordan. But yeah, unbiasedly, obviously, you know, he's got as good of a chance as any to make a very deep run here, having 37 bigs above average. So which is great. Enlightenment Seeker says, what time is late rego for the main? So the rego for the main is at 8:45 p.m.
I reckon it's spot on.
Yep, but if you have fired a bullet in either day 1A or day 1B, you can actually register up until the first hour until tomorrow. So yeah, make sure that if you haven't fired a bullet, you get in here before 8:45 p.m. But if you have already played, then you can jump in very early into day 2. As we see Paris open up as the chip leader from the hijack with ace 2-0, and we see Ting defend with queen 10-0. Paris putting out a little range bet obviously does connect with this board quite well, which is rare. Ting coming along here with the queen 10-0. It's quite interesting because he has been quite tight, I thought, earlier on the stream, but now sort of seeming to loosen up a little bit. We've seen 2 hands out of the 6 already, and if I'm Paris here, what were you thinking here, Mooney? I think I like a check, but yeah, what do you sort of want to do?
I mean,
here?
you can check or bet or mix some bets. I mean, there's, you know, Ting obviously has like queen 10-0, complete queen high, but he can have some, you know, he can still have some pockets as well, and it's you can mix check or bet, and you know, he decided to check, and he's actually he's got the full house, and I think Ting's waving the flag here. I think. What kind of size do you want to see from Paris? I mean, into a 425 pot, from my opinion, I'm probably going maybe north of half pot. I don't know. Yeah, maybe like 200-ish, maybe 250. What are your thoughts on sizing on the river here with the ace coming in?
Yeah, look, obviously the ace is really good to your range, and it probably allows Ting to feel like he's bluffing a bit here. But I agree. I think I'm going a little bit smaller. He's gone pot.
He's gone massive.
Which I actually didn't consider, but I kind of like it. He's sort of saying like, Matt wants to say B10. I just think for this size, like, you can't really fold an ace. So I do like it. Paris is probably thinking he has floated the flop, so he probably just has ace high. And with a full house here, we want to charge in the absolute maximum and go polar.
So maybe B10 is the play. I mean,
well, I actually agree with Matt. I think you can like B10. I actually think you can go B10 or you can go massive. But it's interesting to see that he went with pod, and unfortunately, Ting did end up having nothing. But that is poke. They can't always have it. So
for those at home, B10 being B 10% pot, is that what you're gauging from Matt's comment there?
Yeah, B10. Just or like these poker guys, 10p, B10,
B33.
It's all the same. It's all the same.
Yeah, shout out to Matt. Thanks for jumping in, and hope you're enjoying the stream. I remember you tuned in on the live stream for the 5K as well, so thanks for coming back in. But we got Jordan here with the ace 2 Sui.
Sui.
Yeah, Sui.
Sui.
Sui. And off his stack size as well, it's a fantastic hand to raise here.
Yeah, it's a nice raising candidate. I think, like, you know, just having a nice stack. I mean, you're probably just doing this with most hands, as we do see, I believe, some plays from the main event. I think the main event is filling up, guys. I think, from what I've been told, if Smash's the guarantee, like,
correct.
Yeah,
when I was last down, when I was downstairs before, it ticked over the 300K.
Wow.
It was 300,300 at that time, but I'm sure it's gone way over that so far. So we're just getting the numbers here. Bear with us.
Currently 323,000 in the prize pool, guys. So guarantee smashed as per usual with a main event at PlayLive, and we do see, you know, 2 hours of Redro left in day one for those who have fired a bullet, and then obviously, as I mentioned, some playability in day 2 if you have already fired a bullet and weren't lucky enough to bag. So we do see Ting come with a 3-bet here from the small one, which I really like. He's completely flipped my perception of him. As Tamir just wakes up with kings.
He wakes up with it.
Yeah, wow.
So if you're Tamir here, I mean, look, he's got 35 bigs. He covers both Jordan and Ting. What do you want to see? What do you want to see, Tamir? Either do you want to see him go all in, or do you want to, you know, click it to, what's he 3-bet to? 250. Do you want to see him to go to like 700?
There's really nothing.
It's gone small. It looks 600-ish maybe.
I quite like this. Like, look.
Yeah, it's gone 650, which is really small.
I would have gone. So I would have either gone all in, or I would have clicked it. And I think this size is a little bit too in between, right? So like, as we can see, guys, Ting has 1 million in chips behind, right, according to the graphic. So you can't have any fold equity when you make it 650. So Geordie made it 100k, Ting made it 250k. I would have literally made it 400k even though I'm probably never bluffing in that spot, at least you have perceived fold equity, and you're just happy to run it, and you understand that Ting probably has an ace-x, and it's like I'm just taking my 75-25, my 70-30, whatever it ends up being, depending on suits. So I really like Tamir's play not to jam. I think jamming's fine, don't get me wrong. It can also look bluffy, but I just think clicking, if you're going to click, make it 400 instead of 650, because, you know, now you literally can't get anything to like fold when you make it 650. So that's the only shame.
You think it looks pretty strong when he does that?
Well, it's not that, right? You can do anything. You can jam or you can click, right? But if you're going to click non all in, you got to make it a size that makes it look like you can fold, right? So if you make it 400k and the guy's got $1 million, well, now it's 600,000 to call. So if you are bluffing and Ting elects to jam, now you actually can think you can fold. But if you've bluffed with 7-2 suited and you made it 650 and you jammed for $1 million, well, now you've only got 350k to call, like to win like 2.3 million or something like that. So you're getting like 8-1, 9-1, or like 7-1 or something like that. So it's not even close in terms of sizing. He definitely should have gone 400. Maybe he miscalculated the stacks or just wasn't thinking through the spot. I think he sort of looked at Jordan's stack and saw it at 1.4 million, so he went with that. But I think he should have looked at both stacks and understood that, you know, he's got $1 million. I need to go a size that makes it look like I have fold equity, even though I don't, and I'm only doing this with Queens Plus. Just run it. So, yeah, I think well played, except for maybe a little mishap in the sizing department. So
really good analysis there. I think I really liked your breakdown there, and you want your opponents to make mistakes.
Of course,
and,
yeah.
You
You let him off.
Yeah, that's it.
You're letting him off.
That's it. So.
If he ever feels like you can just jam it in your face, you're now not giving him that chance to. And look, he probably would have folded anyway. But like, he might have even peeled to 400k, right? Which is what we want. Like, we're a 75% favorite, and we're looking the goods there. So yeah, I would have liked to see a little bit of smaller size, but it's maybe a much of a muchness. But you know, we do got to call it and say it how we see it.
That is it.
Here in the commentary booth. So
all right.
Yeah, guys. Sorry to the guys downstairs. The YouTube chat. Can we get that scrolled down to the bottom, please, so we don't miss any of those comments coming in, guys. If you have any questions for us, poker related, not poker related, AFL related, I'd be happy to talk about AFL. Don't get me wrong.
A great topic.
Yeah. As we see the chip counts here, so Tamir sort of catching up to Paris there with 46 bigs versus his 58. But most of these guys sitting at that 20 BB range and looking for a double quite soon off Paris or Tamir.
We've got a dealer change here. The lovely Shane is Shanos is taking over the dealing chair.
You're a good friend. Thanks for shut the fuck up on the rail, yeah?
Such a nice guy, really good at dealing cards. And yeah,
I was talking to
long-term dealer. Got me a lot of callers and also made me a bunch of money. So
beautiful.
Love Shane and looking forward to him pitching a bunch of cards. But yeah, thanks again for tuning in, guys. Main event guarantees not smash, but we're over the 300.
It's broken.
320. It's broken. 323 so far and growing. So if you're around and registration open, come on down to play live 129 York Street and try your luck. I mean, it's gonna be massive.
Yeah, we're probably looking at not quite 100, but like maybe like 80k for first. Let's say the price will get to like 400k, which is very, very likely. 20-ish percent, 25%. We're looking at 80 to 100k range. So, you know, for $1,500, guys. As we see, Matt, you know who's got softer feet, Jordan or Paris? Look, I can't comment on that. All I know is that Jordan has ridiculously flat hands, and it kind of freaks me out. There's no curvature, so like when you dap him up for a handshake, it's like really weird. I'm not sure exactly what's going on there, but yeah. Sal, I just want to make a quick comment on Sal. He's got 2.9 bigs, so 3 bigs. He really needs to find a spot here. He had 9-7 suited before. I really would have liked him to jam that one in. He just found the Jack 3 suited, probably good enough for 3. It's very hard because, you know, you do want to like try to stay alive, but also you kind of got to take a spot. And if you do jam, you know, you're kind of pretty happy to get in like, you know, a suited Jack for 3 big blinds. So, Pilden AFL commentators multi, please, gents. Look, I'm actually, you know, this is actually quite funny, and you know, for those
gamble responsibly.
Yeah, very, very similar to what I was about to say, right? Like, I do bet quite a bunch. Try to win obviously, and I use a lot of data analysis and tools and stuff like that. I won't get too deep into it, but I do genuinely hate degenerate gambling, and I think it's one of the things in poker that if we can try to get out of it would be great. I think people need to sort of understand that poker is a skill game and obviously luck involved, don't get me wrong. But yeah, try to keep the degenning to an absolute bare minimum, please. So I will not be building a multi for you, unfortunately, but if you do gamble, please do.
Just over-unders.
Yeah,
find the value, all right?
Just make it small. Just do like $5, you know. Don't let
low odds as well.
Yeah, don't let it ruin your livability. As we see an open from Hayden from the hijack off 17 bigs. He actually found the ace-8 suited and didn't jam, which I quite like. As we sort of touched on before, similar to the ace-8 suited, the ace-9 suited from a player on our previous feature table. You don't, 17 bigs is a lot of bigs, right? So you do really want to preserve that stack, and when Jordan jams, you just have a pretty easy stack fold, and you save yourself a nice little spot there with 16 left. So Oscar Foley's arbitrage betting rule, I really recommend people look into that. It's great. You can actually make solid money, but you do your own research. I did it for like 3 years and fared quite well. As we see, Sal patience absolutely rewarded. So this is going to sound so stupid. I'm limping here. I'm absolutely limping here. I know it sounds dumb, and it's probably maybe being too fancy.
What's the biggest one?
And Paris obviously knows how obvious it looks. Or I'm opening to 100k.
He's also left some behind as well.
Yeah, so he's actually made it 100k, which is funny. Paris is not stupid. Paris knows what he's doing. Paris can't fold. Maybe if I had 5 bigs, I'm limping just because he has fold equity off 5, but off 2.9, he actually can't really fold the hand, especially split. I take back what I said. If he had 5 to 7 big blinds, I'm limping here, and if he has 3, I'm just jamming because there's no fold equity anyway. So Matt, bonus farmer, that's me. Paris. Yeah, see,
he doesn't like it.
Doesn't like it.
He knows.
He knows he has aces, obviously, and just has to run it here. So
yeah, look at that.
Undergun 1.5 bigs.
No, he actually 3 bigs. 1.5 bigs. He had 2.9. Paris has lost the plot. So Paris is going to win this one 11% of the time. Paris with 3 million in chips to see if you can get lucky and make good, and that's not
going to be hard to win.
Yeah. Spade. No spade. Just a queen. Okay, so nice hand. Sal does find a very timely triple up. Triple up because he was so short. He's actually got the big blind and ante as well. And that's got him to 7.3 bigs from his 2.9 bigs before. So almost a triple up. So patience was rewarded there.
That is absolutely right. And the Sal's back in the mix. It's
it's never over.
It's never over until it is over. And your chips are being pushed to the other player. But down to 16. Super exciting. Pay jump from $1,850 to $2,360.
Yeah, so this is actually where the pay jump's getting a little bit significant. Like we almost get a full buy-in for our next one. So I'm pretty excited to see how the guys play this. Does it factor into their sort of strategy moving forward? And do they now start sort of avoiding some certain spots because now they are actually looking for that pay jump quite soon? Like literally, as we said, there is a pay jump in the next. If one more person busts, we get a pay jump, right? So we do need to sort of understand that and put that into our strategy if you want to. Obviously, you don't have to. If you want to play for the win and not care about a $600 pay jump, that's fine. As we see Samir open up the King Jack. I feel like we've had King Jack a lot on this stream.
Today.
Yeah, which is funny because it's not a great hand, but obviously good enough.
It's dominated a bunch, but
it's good enough to raise here.
Especially against the Jack 6-0 and the button. Jordan Bates it's already in the bin. So we're just getting the graphics.
It is already in the bin. I hope Jordan hasn't held onto his cards there, and it looks like he's thinking. Maybe he's trying to pick up a read on this guy. And,
that's
or maybe he's just lost in train of thought.
Yeah.
Probably that.
I wonder what he's thinking about.
Not a lot. Yeah, not a lot going through that brain. Just some.
It's a fierce mo there. He's got a fierce
silky smooth head. This is a spot that I'm interested in, right? So it's the open of the second chip leader into a 3-bet from the chip leader, right? So
But he's gone small as well.
He's gone, yeah, 3x,
Yeah.
which is quite small out of position. So what we're trying to work out here is, do we think Tamir thinks that Paris is just trying to bully
Is
him?
that 325 or 225?
Yeah.
I can't. My eyes.
325,
My
yeah.
eyes, my guy.
Yeah, 325. So
Thank you. I was
Tamir-
like 225. Min click out of the small. I don't really see that from Paris, but thanks for correcting me.
So probably just not the hand we want to do anything with, but fold. And if we wanted to bluff, we'd probably rather use a 4-bet like Ace Jack O. But it is interesting if Tamir does elect to 4-bet. Like, what do we do as Paris out of position? Do we want to 5-bet whack 2 10s, or do we want to just flat his 4-bet? And I think flat probably performs best.
Just say he has a hand like King Jack suited. Like, are you peeling versus?
Yeah,
Paris's?
you
I
can
mean, it's
you
that
definitely
suited,
feel.
that couple more percent.
Well, so what I've been told by some smart people, and when earlier in my, I wouldn't even call it a career, but earlier when I started playing tournaments, is not only does, actually Chris told me this yesterday as well.
Oh, wow.
So not only do you lose like 4% being offsuit, you also have 3 times the amount of combos, right? Sorry, yes, 3 times the amount of combos, right? Obviously, there being 12 offsuit combos of each hand and 4 suited hands of each combo, right? If you're just blasting with every king jack off, you're just overdoing it, and it makes it kind of obvious to the guys at home watching, or to those in game that going, this guy is just 3-betting, 4-betting every offsuit combo and stuff like that. So Sophia in the chat, yes.
Sophia, yes,
Paris's mum.
Paris's mum.
Seeing her little baby play on a feature table. Looking,
I love that when families jump into the chat
she's
and they
cute.
support
Yeah.
their children. Or
I saw her on Thursday, man. She's great. So shout out Sophia. Hopefully Paris, as she can see, is in a pretty good position to make the FT and give this one a real crack. So hopefully no bad blood between Geordie and Paris, as Sophia knows both of them quite well. But hopefully we can see Paris make a nice run for it. I'm definitely 3-betting this hand. This is, I know Paris obviously studies quite a bunch, and this is like just the most mandatory 3-bet. Queen 7 suited I much prefer, but I'm still making this play Queen 7 suited. He knows that Geordie's out of line. I think
he passes.
I think maybe because they're friends, he passes like a little bit of a softie. But I would love to see a 3-bet here. Obviously, having the overwhelming chip lead.
Yep.
Putting a lot of pressure on these middle stacks. Obviously, it's not an FT yet, so it's not as high pressure and stuff like that. But you do have to take a spot eventually if you're Geordie, and Paris can really 3-bet there, and it's hard for Geordie to call, right? Because with any hand, just he just wants these guys, these shorties, to bust, right? So yeah, I would have liked to see a 3-bet there. You're in position. You obviously your cutoff's quite an openly wide range and stuff like that. So I would have liked to see it, but it doesn't find it. It sells in the blender with an ace off 5 big blinds, obviously. 5 bigs is not many bigs. I think you'd rather be the one to jam yourself instead of over and open, as we do see him elect a fold, which I quite like. Gives himself another orbit to pick up a hand as well. So Mikkel in the BB does fold. We're actually seeing a lot of these suited hands fold, which is something that now that we're getting closer to the final table, we want to reflect a bit more of these weak suited stuff being folds. So yeah, I'm glad to see these guys. You know what? I was playing the main the other day, and the last hand before bagging, obviously, when people want to bag, he folded King 3 suited to a min click, and I was like, "Ooh, that's loose. That's really tight. That's really, really tight." So I would have liked to see that become a jam. Just become a flat. But he obviously want to bag, and that's what's really good for those listening at home. If you do want to sort of take poker seriously and try to take tournaments for, not for a living or anything like that, but a genuine chance to make it a side income, you do need to understand these little small things and these metas in tournaments. Like understanding that for a lot of players, like bagging a main event day one is an important thing, and it obviously is for everybody. But if these guys only get to play one tournament every 6 months, them bagging is very important to them. It's very crucial. So you got to take advantage of that, and you can actually now start opening up any 2 cards, because if they're folding a hand as strong as King 3 suited in the big blind to a min open, well, now we're just going to get so many folds, all the offsuit portions of all these hands as well. So I would like to just note that for those listening and playing at home, and maybe you put that into their game sometime. But we've still got some fun here as we see Geordie open up the Ace Jack suited. The big blind has just gone up to 60k now. So as you can see, all the stacks have been shortened a little bit. Paris now under 50 big blinds, not because he lost a pot, but the blinds do go up. So we are sitting
that is it.
3 million chips for Paris. To me, sitting at
it's a lot
2.1.
of chips.
It's a lot, yeah. He's got more than the last 4 guys combined.
And it's such a great spot for Paris to be in as well. He can apply so much pressure, and as the field dwindles, he can start, really, taking a lot of rejams that are, some ace-x heavies to really put people in a really tough spot.
Well, Paris is very studied, as we both have alluded to, right? So if anyone's going to understand the FT dynamic of being a chip leader, it's going to be him.
Yeah.
And I've
completely agree.
Obviously being one of Paris's best mates, I have watched him play his few FTs, and unfortunately they have not gone in his favour. He's been sort of bluffing, and unfortunately can't do a lot sometimes with that, as we see Simon open up the Ace Jack suited for 2.5 big blinds. Sal with pocket 2s on the cutoff. I actually want to fold this.
Yeah.
I know we only have 4 big blinds, and you do have to kind of run it at some point.
Yep.
But also,
It's got no fold equity.
You get no fold equity, and you're also
at all.
never ahead, right? You'd much rather take ace 5-0, even like that, because at least sometimes you can just have, they can have 2s, 3s, 4s, they can have kings, and kings is you're happy if they have kings if you have ace 5-0, right? So Josh Monk, boys, quick question: am I any chance in the main event, or am I drawing dead from the get-go? Monk, I think you know the answer to that question, mate. I won't say it on stream, so unfortunately you do know the answer to that question, Monkey. So hey, anyone can win a tournament, to be honest. My good friend Oscar did win a tournament the other day. He was his first tournament in 2 years, and he won, and he does not play at all. So anyone can win a tournament. So maybe Monk isn't drawing dead, but no, he's drawing dead. Let's be honest. As we see Ting in the big blind with King 9-0. This is like a gross spot. He's open 2.5x from under the gun +1 or 15. You are just getting the right price. You do just want to call this, but you're not thrilled about it. This offsuit stuff, especially when he's under the gun +1. He has a lot of King X that dominate you, so you're calling here for sure. You're not doing anything other than calling, but you are probably getting a little bit wary just on future streets. But yeah,
We've gone with call in the big blind, so we're gonna C3, and they're both the same stack. And look, flops comes 6-4-7 rainbow
6-7.
6-7. Just don't.
Don't.
It'd be interesting to see how Simon, his liquid check, and I do really like it because that kind of board does smash.
Yeah.
Big blind's defending range. He's now paired up. Great card to lead. I like the lead. What about you, Jackson?
Yeah,
when
look,
the 9 comes in, pairs up.
I think I would have liked a lead on the flop.
On the flop.
Even though the hand selection is not great, we just get so much folds from all this garbage ace king and stuff. Maybe you don't fold ace king, but depending on size. But you're just getting a lot of folds from king highs and stuff like that. So getting a lot of folds there.
Look at that. He elects
peeled,
to peel ace high, and now 7 comes in. I'm going for value every day of the week. You've decided to check the flop.
Yeah, but I'm going real small. I'm going how much has he got? Yeah, 600. I'm going 175. Just getting a crying call.
He's gone
275
and something.
This isn't bad by any stretch. I'm just saying what I would prefer. I would prefer a little bit smaller. You're kind of targeting
in the bin.
You're specifically losing to overpairs. So you're only targeting ace high or pocket 5s, pocket 8s and stuff like that. So I would have liked to see really small, 175, but it does take the pot down and
that is it.
Yeah, and does bring up his stack to a healthier amount of the likes of 1.3 million, good for 22 bigs, which is, as I said, any amount's good, but
15 left.
If you're sitting 22 bigs with 15 left, you're in actually for the real hunt. So shout out to Ting, playing a lot more aggressive than he was earlier in the stream. So good on him.
Great to see. Alrighty. So if you're looking to up your game, we've been talking a lot of strategy here in this chat on this stream this evening. Octopipoker.ai /PlayLive. Now, just for some context, PlayLive has recently partnered with Octopipoker. So if you want to up your game, if you want to look at ranges, if you want to solve spots, just like all these guys have had, I recommend you jumping on. You get a free trial, 1 month free trial, Octopipoker.ai/PlayLive.
Scott.
And give it a play. I mean, I've had a look around.
You actually got me on it,
platform.
yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah. You sent it through the link, and
Yep.
I jumped on. I do quite like the UI, so
Yep.
yeah, I do like it a lot.
Yeah. So if if you've got some time and you're just sort of like sitting at home and you want to check it out, you get to sign on for free and have a play around and.
No credit card details required. It's not even
Yeah.
one of those annoying ones where like you have to
Yeah.
put your credit card in, they have to cancel it. It literally
That's
just is free. I actually really recommend it. I'm not someone who studies a bunch, and this series has made me want to start studying a bit more.
Because the game is getting so tough, as we both know, and more and more people are studying. They're using different tools, GTO Wizard, range charts. They're watching YouTube. They're watching Twitch streamers, and the game is getting tough. But also poker is certainly not dead, and certainly not dead in Melbourne with PlayLive.
No, poker is not dead. Poker's great still, which is awesome.
That's it.
And you are
So-
right. It is getting tougher for
Yeah.
sure, but that's only against the professionals, right? And how many professionals are really playing these 600s and 300s? So, as someone, Eugene in the comments has just mentioned, like 48K for a $600 bind
Oh,
is outstanding, right?
outrageous.
So it is outrageous, literally, right? You're on the ball there, Mooney. So, there's so much value to be had in these tournaments where, not everyone that plays is a professional, not even close, right? So everyone's here to have fun.
Yep.
Everyone's just vibing. And, for those who think that, poker's too hard to beat, well, if you're playing the best in the world, yes. But, we're not playing the best in the world almost ever, like literally almost ever, right?
Yeah.
Those guys are in Europe and Vegas and everything playing the 10Ks, right? When you come to play these tournaments, you just have as much of a chance to win as anybody. And there's a lot of value to be had. So I highly recommend that, these mini mains and these mains, there's a lot of, recreationals and people that just play for fun. And then when you get to the 5Ks, then sure, we can break down hands a little bit more in depth and go a bit harder. And maybe they know things that we don't. But for now, there's a lot of value to be had as we see Hayden pick up the pocket kings off 10. I would like to see a raise or a jam as Paris just picks out the green, making sure that no one doesn't see it accidentally.
620 total.
So, yeah, as we see Tamir pick up the ace-9-0. I don't think off 10 I want to do a lot of jamming here. I think this is a pretty... I'm going to say obvious spot because I can see the cards, but, he's raising off 10 bigs. He's just obviously so nutted here a lot of the time. So, I'm probably liking fold here. But we do want to see what Tamir comes with, and he does elect to fold. So, good fold there. If he gets suited to become a little bit closer and a little bit grosser. But now what we do is Hayden is why we've just mind opened this is now the big blind can't really fold, right, unless he's got a really, really bad hand. So we do get to see these hands that we're 80% against call and that's not a good flop in terms of, not that he's scared or anything, he only got 8 bigs, but we do see that he's gonna just get binned there pretty quickly because he's only got 10 high. So Unfortunately, there for Hayden, doesn't get the max value he was hoping for with the 2 kings. But you can't win them all, Mooney.
Cannot win them all, exactly right, Jackson. So, look, we have a defender on the big blind, Hayden. He's actually new to Melbourne. He is new to Melbourne. He's recently just moved, relocated from Brisbane, and I was dealing to him in APT. And had a bit of a chat, and he literally arrived days prior, and now he's played an APT series, now into the PlayLive series. So, and now he's here on a feature table with 15 left, and we got 5 figures up top. So let's see how he goes. And
I really like his size, man. His size is great. You don't want to bet this flop big at all. You kind of want to just let a hand like Queen High just get roped in for no reason.
Yep.
As we see the boys from the downstairs replying to Josh Monk in the comms. Lord Agar, great commentary, guys. Appreciate it, mate. We are having fun up here. So Appreciate the kind
We
words,
are
mate.
having a lot of fun here.
Oh, and Monkey, we did shout out Cammy for her birthday, mate, before, but we'll do it again. Happy birthday, Cammy. 21st.
birthday, Cammy.
As we said, me and Rooney, quite jealous of her age. So we are hoping that we could turn back 8 to 15 years and become 21 again. That would be nice. But
Awesome.
unfortunately, not. And this is what happens in your Hayden, right?
Yep.
And this is why sizing in poker is so important, and why I said before with Tamir, you want to click it because it's not often that they'll bluff. But when they do, you're licking your lips, right?
Yeah.
So Simon's made it 200K with absolute boobers. Hayden,
Especially off such a shallow stack
Yeah.
as well. He's gone like, he's off sub 10,
Yeah.
really.
So-
and decided to click here. I mean, if I'm Hayden, I'm not folding.
No. Folding,
Yeah.
firstly, never, ever folding. Firstly, we have 10 bigs to start the hand, right? So
Yep.
we're literally never folding.
Yep.
Secondly, no! Oh my God, that would have been so loud.
That's crazy.
Oh, that would have been so loud. Sorry, guys. I am...
All good.
No!
Show the
Oh,
bluff.
no!
Show the bluff. Bang!
No.
Wow, look at Paris.
There it is.
Okay, so...
Says show the bluff.
I'm...
I don't know whether that was showed, but he does clap. So
No, he showed
I'm
it.
assuming it was
He showed it.
showed.
I want to apologise to all the viewers.
Look, it's okay. People
No,
can-
I would have shouted in that mic so loudly. This is something that I've learned in poker quite early. The guys downstairs, I have to officially apologise for any burst ear drums, guys. So I officially apologise for any burst ear drums. Okay, so obviously,
Matt,
okay, we've started the hand with 10 big blinds, right? There's not a single flop in the world where I'm ever folding 2 kings, right? It could come 6, 7, 8, or it can come Queen Jack 10, or like 10, 9, 8. I'm not folding. We are so shallow. We are so shallow that it doesn't matter, right? So, Lord Agar points out the guy actually folded Ace 9 in the small blind, which is quite funny. So,
Yeah, I saw that actually.
but yeah, so Hayden he should never fold that. He's just got. He only loses to... Okay, what I was trying to say before I started screaming in you guys is he can never fold because not only is he only got 10 bigs to start the hand with, the guy's just going to jam any ace because he's in the big blind V cutoff, right? So, it's not something that I would like to do. Yeah, bit of a blunder there. I think he's going to be quite disappointed with himself there, and guys, there's no shot clock, so you can think like you're playing for $50,000, yeah. Have a think about it. He kind of just snap folded, like he thought for like 20 seconds and folded, right? I think if he thought that one out a little bit harder, I think he would realize that, hey, big blind actually doesn't have any ace X, right? He only started with 15 bigs, and I've started with 10 bigs. If he's got a hand like an ace, he's probably just jamming, right? Also, there's 2 aces on the flop, so how many ace X can he really have, right?
Yeah. How often is he actually going to wake up with an ace in the big blind and
Exactly.
not actually get that in free?
Exactly right. So if you deduct, and also pocket nines, right?
Yeah.
So if you deduct that, you actually have the absolute nuts. So as I mentioned, Hayden should be licking his lips when he gets raised, because this is what I said before I yelled, is when you size things correctly, people can spaz out, right? As we exactly saw. He just turned 10-7 of diamonds into a bluff on ace, ace 9, 2 hearts off a guy who opened off 10 big blinds. That is an absolute suicide. And he got away with it. I'm quite shocked. And as I mentioned, Simon's going to be quite disappointed with himself, I think, when he looks back at that one and realizes that
Oh, I got 3 cards.
he had a little bit of a dream spot. So hopefully...
Maybe if he did get it in, and maybe the Turner River just went 10-10, and Hayden gets felted, but
Yeah.
he's actually still in. So
Yeah. Look, we don't want to be too
that's it.
hypothetical based. I think
Exactly. Yeah.
I think we're reaching at straws there. I think
thank
it's
God
a
I called that before it was
clear
too late.
call, and like not only is it a call,
Well,
like we're like licking our
if
lips.
someone-
Like,
if someone
this
raises
guy's
and
probably
then
just
it's
check
like-
raising at 9
Yeah, just
because it's like, well, there's 2 aces out there. You probably can't
Yeah.
have
How
an ace,
often does
right?
he actually have an ace?
So yeah,
I'm locked in today.
not sure.
locked in.
Unfortunately, we see the best
Not
hand
enough sleep
folded,
and
but
then-
That is it.
as we just have a little bit of a miss still, guys, so we'll be back in a sec with some action. I think, as we can see, Paris still with the overwhelming chip lead with 50 big
Nah,
blinds.
should I get on it?
To me, not too far off with
No, should I get on
34. And then we see a plethora of there's only two 20s now, Jordan and Ting.
What?
So both of them looking to find a double off one of the big stacks and you know, get a little bit of a run at it. But yeah, that's interesting. I can't believe he folded that one.
On to the next hand.
Ottonal.
Yeah.
Did he say
and
it?
while we were talking, sorry.
No. Go for it, brother.
And while we were talking strategy before, we've got the
Talk a little bit on the table, now
Mixed
you-
Game Academy, which if you don't know what that is mixed game poker. So if you're sick and tired of the 2-game no limit hold'em, come on down and play live tomorrow. We've got Mixed Game Academy. They've got I believe from the schedule, it is a MGA 9-game tournament, so 9 variations of poker. I think from the schedule, the buy-in for that is $2,000, I believe, and they do a great job down here. They run many events here at Play Live, so if you're looking to change it up and ditch the two cards, come on down to Play Live, 129 York Street, and come check out 9-game poker. Have you played any mixed game at all, Jackson? Bit of PLO5, bomb pots, all of that.
Yeah, playing a lot of cash. I do.
Yep.
I do play a bunch of
He's got a
bomb
little bit of
pots
mine.
and
Yep.
PLO5 bomb pots. But in terms of mixed games, I've had a bit of fun playing some low stakes ones occasionally. Just
Yep.
playing all the Raz and
Yep.
Badoogie and all that random
All of
stuff.
Yeah, I'll need to fact check how many,
Yeah.
what different variations are in that 9-game.
Sorry, just cutting you off here.
Yeah.
I really hate that from Geordie. Like I think that isn't. I think that is, and he's my good friend, so I can probably be a little bit more harsh. That is an awful jam.
Out of 4.
Unfortunately,
Out of 4.
I just really don't like. I'll let the cards play out, and then I'll sort of give my my
Holds in the chat
explanation
for
why.
Geordie.
Yeah, I hope Geordie holds as well. He's obviously a good friend of mine, but don't want to be results based. I just really hate this. Yeah, and he does hold. So
Does hold.
the worst play does get
GG
rewarded,
Hayden.
and yeah,
GG Hayden.
we do see GG to
Unfortunate
Hayden.
to
Yeah,
bust there. Chips do go to Jordan, and he increases his stack 36 big blinds, 2.1 million. Paris still in a commanding-ish chip lead, 47 big blinds with 14 left. So, got a lot of poker ahead of us. Yeah, GG to Hayden. I'm interested. So, you said you didn't like that from Jordan. I'm interested into the why. I mean,
so I'm gonna try to explain this as as well as I can. So obviously pocket 4s is a pair, right?
Yep, it's a pair.
And whatever, right?
it's hard to make a pair.
Hayden has jammed off 7 big blinds, right? So we have 0 fold equity, right?
On the 8, 9 o'clock, where they got check
Now,
with the bluff.
are we ever ahead of Hayden? Does he ever have pocket 2s and pocket
King said
3s?
he had
I would say very, very, very rarely, right?
Yep.
Now, does he have them? Sure. But how many other hands is he jamming for 7 bigs? He's jamming any ace, any suited king,
Yeah. Ace nine.
all the suited broadways, even suited connectors, and
Never
he has
put it in.
all the pairs, 5s and above, right? So he has all of these hands.
Like, you got
So
like-
basically, we're flipping or dead, right? We're never,
offsuit.
ever ahead. Pretty much. Like 99.9% of the time, we're flipping or dead, right? You're now jamming 27 bigs into Paris, right? And if you just find... Shout out, Oscar.
Oscar.
If Paris ever just wakes up, you've just torched almost 30 big blinds for no reason, and you're out of the tournament with 14 left, 50k up top. I'm gonna have a word to Geordie after the stream and let him know that is an absolute blast. If he had a pan like pocket 8s, different story. Now we're ahead of some jams, and we can actually, be ahead and
he can dominate.
we can have a lot of
Even
70-30s
when-
and 80-20s and stuff like that. But yeah, that pocket 4's a disaster. Like, is he taking pocket 2s? Like, are we just getting in any pair? Like, this is really bad. No fold equity, and also can just run into Paris in the big blind. So this is a very easy jam from Paris, having only 6 big blinds effective in the big blind.
Wonder what big blind will wake up with. Whether it. Yeah.
this
Look
is-
at this.
Now, this is a very different example, right? Where now, once again, we do have no fold
pair it
equity,
up.
sure, right? But we're short. We only have 6 bigs. We have the big blind and the big blind ante in. and we have a pair, so we're just not folding. So this is the point where you run it, because you're only risking 6.5 bigs, where Jordan was risking 27 bigs with pocket fours. Very different story and very different scenario. So pretty clean run out so far for Sal, as we do see Paris dead to an ace or a king and doesn't find it. So Sal finds a double up. So Paris will be a little bit shattered about that. Obviously edging a little bit closer to a final table. But can't find that double up there. So, sorry, Sal does find that double up there, and Paris can't find that bust. So, pretty shattering there. Oscar, Donald in the comments, why are the commentators so harsh on the players? Can we get a good guy behind the mic? So, I'm a good guy.
Shout out to Oscar Donald, by the way.
Oscar winning the tournament the other day for 13K. First tournament in like a year or two, I believe. So
I think I dealt to him a couple of times
at APT.
there, APT, yeah, I did.
thinking about
That went
fucking
into
raising my
yeah,
hands
that
to
was
get it. So
that
drunk.
was a long night. So
I think he won at like
GG,
5 a.m. or something like that.
ridiculous. I think Jordan was actually railing him at that point, and yeah, GG Oscar. But yeah, we love Jordan, but we want him to make correct decisions.
Lord,
I mean, at the end of the day, there's no right or wrong answer. You know, maybe he had a soul read. Who knows? I don't know. But yeah.
look, guys in the
I'm
stream.
trying to defend him, alright, Oscar.
Look, guys in the stream, I'm actually trying not to be too what's the word? I don't even know the word. I'm trying not to be too harsh to players, right?
Yeah,
Jordan's a good friend of mine, so I
Yeah.
feel like I can go a little bit harder without him taking it personally.
Nah,
I'm not gonna just blast a guy and say he's terrible if I'm not friends with him. Lord Hagar, commentators should be more harsh to players on stream. I'm all for that. Look, I'm gonna try not to be too harsh. I think that hand was really bad, and I, am his friend, so I can probably say that without feeling bad about it. Where with Hayden, I probably just screamed because I was shocked more so than I think he's just going to be disappointed with how he played that one, to be honest. So we see Simon here in the hijack, 13 bigs, ace 10-0. Does elect to min open here. Actually doesn't min open, goes for 3x. And this is something that I would much rather jam. I think we're late position here, so we are just one from the cutoff, and it did look, it's 7-handed, so maybe he feels like he's a little bit earlier, but he just this is the thing, and it was sort of a hand similar to Rift before, right? When you put in 3 big blinds, and if you get jammed on, are you saying you're going to fold? So if that's the case, then you should just make it 2 big blinds or jam, because you don't want to put a hand as good as ace 10 in that bucket where you're just raising and folding when you've already put in 3 big blinds, right? So, I think that I would have elected to jam, and I think
Mikhail is he's taken the jam, and now with ace 10.
See, this is what I was saying.
This is why
really.
you don't. This is why.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, you can play your hands how you want.
Yeah.
But now he's in the blender.
He's in the blender, and look, and against Mikhail, who has started the hand with 10 big blinds, this should be a snap call.
So in the bin.
Yeah.
And that's,
Okay. So, look, this and guys, I think this is why it's probably really nice to have like a strategy. I think when I just saw him open, he kind of just snap open 3x, and it's like we probably want to think about a little bit what we're doing and the reasons why behind we make a decision in each hand, right? So if the decision for not jamming ace 10-0 was because I think that someone behind's going to wake up and jam potentially, and then I want to give myself room to fold, that's a fine thought process. I personally would have jammed just because I'm happy to run it against like, a pocket pair or king queen or something like that and don't want to get re-jammed on. But if that's the case, we do want to raise fold. We only want to raise the 2 big blinds because now you've just given up a whole big blind for no reason. And as I've said to Mooney, we've mentioned in the last few hours, like, the difference between 12 bigs and 10 bigs, like now you have some raise folds versus just jams, and it really does impact your tournament, your strategy moving forward. So I really would have liked to see him make it 2 big blinds and fold, or just jam. And not sure exactly Simon's experience, if he's played a lot of tournaments or whatnot, but I think if he watches this back and not that he has to listen to everything I say, but he can maybe find some reasoning on what I'm saying, and then at least if he wants to go that path, he may understand why. And if he wants to have a chat with me, or just look up some some solver stuff or just some YouTube stuff, then shout out to Octopi. So just wanted to let everyone know that PlayLive is running a APO main event study tonight. Okay,
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, correct. So they had it.
I didn't know it was tonight.
Yeah,
okay.
they've partnered with APO. And
Yep.
for those out there don't know what APO is, it's Australian Poker Open, and they are located in Sydney.
Yeah, Western Sydney.
West
yeah.
Sydney. Absolute. I've been to the venue a couple of times, not that many, but they do an exceptional job. From just the set out of the room to all the staff, it is such a great experience. And if you haven't been there before, I highly, highly recommend it. They have massive guarantees.
Morning.
And so what's happening tonight is at Play Live, 129 York Street, running a satellite. So it gives you the opportunity to actually qualify for that event. 8 seats guaranteed, 350 buy-in, starting at 19:45. So if you're around, or you've sadly busted the main and you're not re-entering, jump on in to the satellite and try your chance to qualify for this event. So highly recommend it. Have you been to APO before?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, sorry, we did just miss
been
a hand.
talking
Yeah.
through the action.
So
here. Sorry about that.
I love APO. Don't get me wrong. I'm gonna glaze it in like 1 minute. So we did see a jam for 10 big blinds from the button, and we did see Mikkel wake up with ace 10-0. That is a easy jam. A very easy rejam. 10 big blinds, you're just ahead of so much. You can be jamming pairs that you're flipping against. You can be jamming worse ace-x. You can be jamming worse 10x, like Jack 10 suited, Queen Jack suited, King 10 suited. Like ace 5-0, stuff like that from the button, because your button range is just so much wider. So obviously when you look at the results and you got it in behind, you're like, oh, well, maybe you could fold. No. Never ever folding that when your stacks are that size. So it was like 10 bigs, and then Mikkel had like 15 bigs. So but to answer your APO question, yes. So as you mentioned, 350 8-seat guarantee tonight, starting at 7:45 p.m. into the, I believe it's 3.3k. I went to APO last year. It is just unbelievable. I'm actually quite good friends with Lauren, who runs it, and I don't talk to Will as much when I like on socials and stuff like that. But when I go there, really nice guy. I actually couldn't recommend it any more to anyone. Obviously, I'm going to play a live stream, but they're obviously collaborating. So like, I genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, think it is like my favorite series I've gone to. And you know, trust me, I love a lot of different series, but I think just like the venue it's one of the biggest venues I've ever been in my life. And you walk in and it's just like this illustrious venue. It's like gold and chandeliers and you're playing and
it's giving off like Triton vibes, you know.
It literally feels like an Australian Triton.
Wow.
And Lauren, who runs APO, which is Australia Poker Open.
By the way, not related in any way.
No,
Same
Lauren
last name
Mooney,
as me.
not related.
Not related at all. But yeah, continue.
She hired some of the Triton dealers and TDs to come
I did not know that.
from Triton to APO for 2.5 weeks or 2 weeks or whatever it was. So she's great. APO is great. I actually couldn't recommend it anymore. I've booked a holiday to China over those dates, so I actually can't go. I'm currently trying to talk to my missus to get it moved because I love APO so much. It's one of those series that we all go to and all the boys go up. We share an Airbnb. It's a lot of fun. So
1st to the 12th of April, I think.
April 1 to April 12. It's so professional. The guarantees are insane. I think the 350 is 500k guarantee. The 1.5k is 1 million guarantee, and the 3k or the 3.3k is 1.5 mil guaranteed. It's an amazing series, man.
Yeah, it's exciting, and it's great that there's a partnership there, and you know, APO and Play Live both sort of like new companies. They're
collabing.
small and they're individual companies, both running in different states. So to answer your question, Lord Gar 911, what sort of budget would you need for the APO series? Well, it all depends on how much you want to play for, and what your bankroll is as well. So shout out to bankroll management as well. So I'm just having a look here at the types of buy-ins. So I mean, they have a 10k, an 880, 450, with massive guarantees, by the way. And as Jackson mentioned earlier, it's 3.3k buy-in for the main event. So it all depends on how much you want to play of the series, and it's running for 12, 13 days. And
You got the schedule up, Uni?
Yeah, I'm just looking at it now. So
When I actually it's funny. When I was there last year,
Yep.
they actually just got a 5K up. One day there was like 10 regs.
Yep.
And they were like, hey, Lauren, can we just like do a 5K, like an
Oh, wow.
impromptu 5K?
Yep.
Ended up getting like 40 runners.
Yep.
And Amin actually won it. It was the last day of the series. He was in the absolute bin for like 70K and just wins it for like 65 and finds it. So to answer your question, Lord Agar, I would say if you want to do, like as Mooney said, you can do it cheaply. You can play the 350s and the 600s and the 470s.
Yeah.
All with massive guarantees. You can play that, 600 6 maxes and stuff like that. And you probably need like, not including a com, like, 5 to 10K. You want to flick the main a couple times, 1.5K. If you want to do everything, there's a 10K, there's a 5K, there's a 3K.
There's a ladies event.
There's everything,
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
They got
it's
mixed
100,
games as well.
$150
Paris actually
ladies
won
event.
2 mixed games there last series. He didn't even know how to play, which is, he's the best, I guess. If you want to play everything and wanted to fire max bullets and everything, you could spend, as I mentioned, Amin was in for $70,000. Now, not everyone's a blaster like Amin, but you can genuinely spend a lot of money there. So, in terms of like a real bankroll, I'd probably say if you want to play the main and then the 1500, which is like the Platinum Players Champs, you probably need like 20K, I would say, to be safe. But as I said, it's similar to Play Live where there's there's a 2K here, there's a 5K here, there's a 1.5K here. So it's very similar to Play Live, I would say.
That's it.
Love the expose on Amin's financials. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have done that, but whatever, it's fine. If everyone there knew he was in the bin for Infinite, so it's fine. Oscar Donald, would you consider Jordan Barrett a top player? I've never heard of him. Mooney, I'll let you take that one.
What a question. Thanks, Oscar. Thanks for jumping in. Would you consider him a top player? Look, he loves the game.
He does love the game.
He doesn't hate it. He keeps showing up, and he works on his game as well. And a really nice guy to be around as well. So, I think he's definitely up there. He's definitely up there. I mean, the game's ever changing, and he's changing with it as well. Getting into solvers and solving spots, and going home and actually reviewing his hands. So, I think Jordan's got a lot of potential, and he's definitely getting towards the top. What are your thoughts, Jackson?
Yeah. Geordie loves poker.
He loves poker.
A lot. And I think, as I mentioned to you before, I think when you're passionate about something, you're just more likely to get good at it.
Yep.
Geordie sends me some hands where I'm like, oh my God, that's like amazing. I never would have found that. And that's like an insane find. Like you just found this bluff out of thin air.
Yep.
He also then sends me some hands where I want to just jump off a cliff. So it goes both ways. And Jordan's definitely one of those players where he can blast and put you in a lot of spots and a lot of pressure. And we were actually all railing him at APL Millions when he won an event. I think it was like the 6 max or something like that.
Yep.
He won it for like 30 bands, so really well done from him. Just want to get to the action. Simon's just folded ace-5 offsuit off 7 big blinds from the button. This is sort of one of those spots I was mentioning. I think it was either before or maybe the stream before a couple of hours ago where you need to take some spots because, you're pretty much guaranteeing yourself to come 12th right now when you're doing that, as we see Paris wake up with aces. And funnily enough, he would have ran into aces, right? But like, you can't be like too results orientated, right? So, ace-5 offsuit from the button when you have 8 big blinds and there's only 2 people left to act behind you, is just like the most mandatory jam of all time. As we see Paris raise this one up, I think he's going to go 200, which is 3.3-ish big blinds. Let's hope for Jordan's sake this isn't one of those times where he tries to do something fancy. He does call, so let's hope for his sake. 2 of my good friends in a heads-up pot. Let's hope for their sake he doesn't see a pair, and that's
look at that.
For me, unbiasedly wanting them both to run deep. This is good flop for me. So this is one Paris is going to probably continuation bet. I don't know about sizing here. I think you can go small. I think you can go big. I don't think medium's any good. I think I'm going to go like 1/3 or like 2/3 here.
1/3 to a quarter. I mean, there's no right or wrong, but at the same time, you want the worst hands to come along. Obviously, in Jordan's case, he's got King 7 offsuit variety and doesn't connect at all with that board, so it's an easy flop for him. And Paris increases his stack here. 45 big blind, 14 left.
Yeah, it did end up with 2/3, which I kind of do like. I think Jack 10-5 with a flush draw. You have a lot of king, like he has king queen, he has 10-9, king 9, king 10. You know, all the jack X, all the 10x.
Yep.
Even hands like queen 8 with a gutty and an over.
Yep.
Flush draws, pocket sevens and stuff like that. Maybe he has to continue one. So yeah, do like that size from Paris. Unfortunately, Geordie did have nothing, so just an easy fold in that scenario. Unfortunately, Simon folding ace-5 off for 7.5 bigs has cost Paris an extra 7.5 bigs to his stack. So yeah, he's going to be quite shattered when he sees that one back. But you know, is what it is. Still the overwhelming chip leader on the table, and Jordan takes a very, very small dint and moves on. So it's me with the king 9-0. Probably like to see this one in the bin. King 10-0 probably opening here, as we do see Simon finally go all in. He does find the ace jack off, which is too premium of a hand to fold, and he does get this one through, which is great for him. So
Very good.
yeah,
very good,
patience
very good.
patience is nice.
Patience is very. It's You've got to be a patient individual when it comes to poker as well, because you can go hours without getting hands, and it can be extremely frustrating. And I know myself, I've been in spots where there's been 5 figures up top, and I've just been card dead, and it's cost me the tournament. And that's why it's so important to take all the spots that you can.
I completely agree with you.
And try and increase your stack wherever possible. Maybe it's 2 big blinds, maybe it's 3 big blinds. Really attacking wherever you can. Obviously, you can knit up, as they say. You can tighten your range and all that. But some of the time that's going to cost you a couple of bands. So getting back to the action, I'm just having a look here at the Twitch chat. Big Bad Bold Bludgy Betty.
What a name!
I love it. I absolutely love it. And thanks for tuning in. You've hit us with, I'm not sure, give us
some context.
Give us a little bit of context. Thanks for tuning in once again. We are live from 3 different platforms, as we haven't stopped talking about that. YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. So if you're around and you're tuning in from, a country other than Australia as well.
We had some international food, which is pretty cool, yeah.
Yeah, there was a few people from a couple of parts of the world who have tuned in the past. So if you let us know where you're tuning in from, we appreciate it.
I really would have liked to see Paris 3-bet the ace-7-0 from the button. Jordan's quite a bit of a maniac and also quite a wide range. So ace-7-0 performs really well as a 3-bet.
Yeah.
So I would have liked him to see him take that. I think with Michelle here, you can either flat, you can jam. Jamming accomplishes quite a bit because you do get folds from a lot, and he does jam.
He does go in,
which I quite like.
Yeah, I really like it. And looks like Geordie here is enjoying the hospitality package that PlayLive does offer for entering a tournament here. So he's enjoying, and he's asking for a count. So Shane the dealer is going to give him the news.
I really pretty easy fold. Look, this is why it's always good to ask for a count and not just act straight away. If Mikhail had like 7 big blinds, you just want to call this off, obviously. But he had 14, so easy fold. There's a path where you can actually just call as Mikhail.
I think maybe Mikhail's a little bit deeper. He just has a really, really nice rejam spot, especially against a player like Jordan.
Yeah, I would have found the jam, I think. But as you said, if he has 18 big blinds or 20 bigs, it's just a nice flat. You keep in king jack off, king 10 off.
Yep.
Obviously pseudo combos as well. You keep in, some queen X like queen jack and stuff like that you dominate, and when it comes pair, you're just feeling quite good. So, Hey Mooney, do you want some food?
Prodigy vibes or like trolling vibes?
I think I could do with some food.
All right, I'll give him a text. I think we get some hospitality package.
Hospitality package. You actually ended up playing a satellite for the main event earlier today. No luck. I think I was about maybe 4 or 5 spots off a ticket. You know what? That's poker.
That's poker,
and,
Phil.
you know what that mean? It meant that I could jump into the booth here with the lovely Jackson Young and commentate this mini main event. Coming down to almost the final table, 14 left.
Yeah, no one's really busted in a while, so we are.
It has been a while. It's been a little bit slow.
Yeah, a little bit stale at the moment with players just being a little bit card dead. can we? Yeah, feel free to ask some questions in the chat, guys. Happy to talk about some stuff while they're shuffling up and maybe some players are just folding and stuff like that. So anyone got some questions about the poker tournament in general, about the series, about anything, then happy to chat. Past Siri in the chat. Elvis is by far the best player at PlayLive. Yeah, he's very aggressive. I can say that. That's something that I can confirm. He's probably the most aggressive player at PlayLive, besides probably Frenchie. No one beats Frenchie at being aggressive.
Shout out Frenchie.
Ting in the big blind. You can probably go either way with this one. I think I don't mind a jam. I do not like a 3-bet. That is one thing I do not like. I think with this hand specifically, if we get limp jam on, okay, for example, let's just say Mikkel's got ace king, right? Or ace 3-0 or something like that, right? Well, now we're just raising and then we have to fold out like 40-45% equity. If they got pocket eights, we're flipping. So I think I really like either a check back or a jam. And I'm impartial. I think I probably go with jam just because I think, as I mentioned earlier, people's limping small blind strategies are quite unbalanced. They just kind of tend to just have really bad hands when they go for it. So I kind of would like jam there. 3-bet the raise does get through, but I definitely think he should be jamming that one. Only had effective 13 big blinds or 14 big blinds in that hand. So you're not you're not getting a heap of, you're not risking a heap there. Obviously, you are risking your tournament, but as we've alluded to earlier, when you just kind of not taking spots, it becomes hard to build a stack and give yourself a chance to win the tournament.
Yep.
And you do want a chance to win the tournament, as we do see the blinds go up now to 80K. So these blinds are steamrolling up. Paris went from 60 bigs to 33 bigs. He hasn't really played a hand. I think his peak was 2.9 mil, so he hasn't really shied away from that. Yeah, so he's still sitting there, but now the stack has halved just because of that. A couple of questions in the chat. Who's on the other table? We've still got May Sam, Christian Rahul, James Styles, Tung, Michael M, and Andrew M. Sorry, Michael B and Andrew M. So for those who are still friends with those guys, they're still in. 14 left, looking to secure that final table spot and make a run for it. Obviously, we're very, very excited, me and Mooney. When final tables roll around, everyone gets excited. So, Pansino. Oh, Christian, what's up, bro? Hope all is well, mate. It's been a while, yeah. Rooting for Geordie. He's played quite well this whole tournament, besides maybe one hand where I blasted him a little bit, but obviously a good friend of mine, so it's all love. But yeah, shout out, man. It's been a while. Haven't seen you in a bit, so hope you've been doing good, dude.
But yeah, if you've got any questions at all, anything to do with life, poker,
chuck
them in the chat.
You want some dating advice? I think Nick Rooney's your guy. If you want some dating advice, I think he can help, as we see Tamir and Ting with two very weak holdings, BVB here. So probably like to see a continuation bet from Ting here. Just a small little lead. Obviously has nothing, but Tamir's obviously checked back, so not top of range. I really like this hand. Obviously, we can see Tamir with top pair never folding here, but a lot of the times he's just got like 8-6-0, like, Jack 4-0, Queen 6-0, all these really, really bad hands that just don't connect with this board. So I'd like to see a call here from Tamir. He does elect with raise. Not sure if I love this play. I think both players can have a lot of 2x, so you kind of just, letting Ting off the hook in terms of his bluffing frequencies here. And I think I do want to see... I do want to see him just flat here. Let Ting keep bluffing. Maybe picks up a 7 or a 3. Just elects to bluff a lot of runouts. So I think he's gone with the lower variance approach. Obviously, when you just flat, you let a lot of overcards come and stuff like that. Ting also flat the small line, so he can have, overpairs as well. He's meant to be limping like aces, kings, queens, jacks and stuff like that. So you can just get put in the blender if you get 3-bet on the flop, which is a disaster.
It is a disaster, and
Got some ideas and shit.
excuse me, the payouts have just popped up there. 47 bands up top, 14 left.
Lackers.
Mini main event. A couple of series ago, I actually ran deep in this tournament, and that's why I was so sad that I missed it. Ended up coming 10th for about 3,000 ish. I don't remember. I did bubbled the final table, but did miss out on that five figure payout. Such a great event, and that's why very, very sad I missed it. But
It's always quite shattering when you
Very shattering.
get so
as
close,
well.
but you're so far. You're just like, ugh, why not me?
And as
you know?
they say, on to the next. That is it. So
Well, that's what Paris said, and he's been on
yeah.
4 FTs in the last like 3.5 weeks. So
steamrolling.
yeah, he's just
Steamrolling.
dominating.
That is it.
Just
So.
dominating, playing really well. Obviously, like as I've mentioned in previous streams, he's getting coached at the moment, and obviously from one of Australia's best players. So not trying to glaze, but it is what it is. When you win a bracelet, you kind of get put up there. So. He's obviously playing quite well to get himself in these spots, and a lot of variance involved in tournaments, but can find that you put yourself in a really good spot to win when you're just playing every hand as pretty much as good as you can. So yeah, obviously close friend of mine. So hope he can take it down along with Geordie, and that would be a fun heads up battle to commentate. Lord Agar, I'm traveling interstate for my first poker series out of Melbourne this week. Any difference in poker in other states? I'm curious to hear what series you're going to. Is it maybe
Interstate APO?
APO is in 2 weeks. Not sure
Yeah.
exactly. Let us know what series you're going to, mate. In terms of
This week. Okay.
yeah, in terms of different play styles, mate, not really. Like obviously different player pools, so you're not gonna know the opponent. He's playing APLPT Brisbane. Okay, cool. So yeah, good luck, mate. Obviously, in terms of differences, not really. When I've been traveling, I haven't really experienced much of a difference. I think everyone plays quite similar-ish. Like there's your blasters and there's your OMCs, and it kind of translates as well. So yeah.
What's an OMC, Jackson? You say
Old man-
OMC.
old man coffee.
Old man coffee.
So this is an interesting one. So this is really interesting to me. So Ting has opened up the Queen Jack O, and then with no fold equity, Simon's all in with Queen 6-0. This is why I would have preferred him to jam the Ace 5-0, because at least you have fold equity. And they're gonna chop.
that one.
Yeah, they're gonna chop it
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
So Simon getting a little bit
pairs
lucky
with
there.
ace
Yeah. Simon getting a little bit lucky there.
Yep.
I think he would have rather to fold that one, or maybe just call his raise. Simon didn't take the Ace 5-0 before, as I mentioned, so that's something that you'd really want to see, I think, just because, as I mentioned, no fold equity. You kind of want to run it, and in a spot, Queen 6-0 performs really poorly when it's all in, right, and called, so you have no fold equity there. So Ting makes a good call with the Queen Jack O off. I think he jammed for like 7 bigs, or it was literally 7 bigs, so
Okay.
can't fold that one, never folding that one.
Or APLPT Brisbane.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Didn't even know it was on, to be honest. I
I
think
did not know
maybe
either.
I haven't been paying too much attention, or maybe the marketing hasn't been there. Not exactly sure, but
Good luck.
Yeah, GL
good
man.
luck when you do play. Back to the action.
Keisha, will PLAYLIVE host cash games? We actually have had a couple of cash games in the past. I'm not exactly sure their future plans. Maybe the guys can let me know, and we can let you know later. But I'm not sure about all the regulations and stuff like that exactly. But I think they are a tournament brand firstly, and if they want to do some cash, they have done it before. But I'm not sure if it's going to become a staple of their series as well. So yeah, sorry, I can't really give you a clear answer there. Ishan Jackson, you do think it's too far, too heavy? Not exactly sure what you mean, bro. Sorry, if you want to let me know, and I'll answer that one. It might have been referring to something I said like 10 minutes ago. So yeah, feel free to let me know, and I'll answer that one. As we see, McCall jam the pocket fours for 13 bigs. I think this is probably not the hand selection I would choose. When we do get deep in ICM, which we are kind of approaching.
Yeah, we're getting there.
As I mentioned, and I'm probably beating a dead drum. You do want to pick like Ace 7-0 to jam instead. I mean, I wouldn't even jam Ace 7-0 for 13 bigs in the first place. I think that's a little bit too wide, as I believe pocket fours would be as well. But you do want to just block your opponent for having the better hands. And Ace 7-0 I would prefer to open. Pocket fours I would probably fold. Pocket sixes becomes close. Pocket sevens probably becomes like a jam, maybe a little bit closer. And pocket eights is just a no-brainer. So that's how I would view it if it was me playing with 14 left. Obviously, not. Unfortunately not, which is why I'm in the commentary booth, and these guys are playing for it, so maybe they know a little bit more than I do, but yeah, I probably...
I'm sure you just got unlucky, mate.
Yeah,
Potentially,
it definitely wasn't that.
Never ends. Never ends.
And I think you'd rather open a hand up like an Ace 7-0 or like a King 6 suited even over pocket fours, but even those you can fold and just live to see another day. Pocket fours, I would like to see go in the bin. If it was the button, yeah, I'm just jamming pocket fours. Of course, only 2 people left behind me, but when you're under the gun 7-handed, it becomes a little bit gross. When you get called, you're just never ever ahead, and you do want to be ahead sometimes when you jammed. Otherwise, you're just kind of putting yourself in a bit of a blender. So let's see if Simon can find a hand to go and double with, and he doesn't find it.
doesn't.
And we get some Jordan v Paris BVB action again, which is not what we want as a friend.
Yes.
But as a poker player, it makes for quite an interesting dynamic, as both are blasting. So
I really like these spots. I mean, they're so hard to play.
I find
playing from a small
BVB
blind,
so awkward, man.
Yeah.
I really hope he just flats
There's
here.
just so many different dynamics. I mean, Paris has, much of nothing. 7-4 can make some straights, can make some trips.
I think I'm raising if I'm Paris here. These sort of, you probably rather hand like 10-4, just because you can make some straights and stuff like that with 7-4. But let's not see 7-4, 8-6 on the board. Oh no.
Here we go.
Okay, so it's not as bad as it could have been. If it came like 7-4, 3 or something like that, it's kind of gross.
Paris has found a lead following check from Jordan.
And I like it.
What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I like it. You're getting a hand like Jack 10 to fold. And,
Yep.
And, even like probably not an ace high, obviously, but, like Queen high to fold, which is good. This is a turn that Paris should check with a high frequency. Geordie can have pretty much all the ace-X, and Paris has no ace-X, essentially. So I would be extremely surprised if Paris continued to bet this. Like, if he bets, he's probably thinking, like, I just want him to get a fold an 8 or a 5, but range v range.
You are a genius. I mean, I'm doing the same. If I'm Paris.
Yeah, look, not a genius. I think it's I think it's just pretty
standard.
easy. Yeah, I think it's quite
pretty
standard. And Paris has 7 high. I just think, even though you only have 7 high, I just don't think this bluff's getting through. Really, you're only really trying to get a fold from like 9-7 and 9-6, which is potential. Like, and if you bet, you want to come real small, like 100K. Like super tiny, like even just like one big blind, 80K.
That's it.
And Geordie's trying to think, should I value bet this river? And I kind of don't.
Or should he check?
I actually don't mind it, this value bet. I think that Paris doesn't really have a lot of ace-X. He does have king-X. Like, he has like king 3-0 and stuff like that. I just think, this is a nice value bet. It's very, very small. Against a pro like Paris, it does become a little bit gross if they raise you, obviously. But and this is where like the fireworks can just absolutely go off, and Paris can just whack this in your face. But I'd like to just see him be a little bit more honest here and find a fold.
But he's going to do something, and then he didn't.
I think he's going to.
It's in the bin. It's in the bin.
That could have been fun.
Could have been definitely good for the stream for sure. It does pass up on it, and Jordan increases his stack there with 2 pair, and we're still 14 left.
Yeah, no one's busted in a long time. I mean, the other table as well, no one's busted as well. So we are going to get to an FT very shortly, probably the next hour.
Yeah, I think
we've got 2 7BB stacks as well, so this could go quick. Yeah.
I think with the blind structure as well at this point, we are going to see people drop off. We'll be at a final table before we know it. But for now, see the lovely Shane pitch some cards and see what unfolds here. Mikkel's still in the mix.
Kiwi's back. Welcome back, brother.
Back. They're coming back in. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. YouTube, Twitch, Facebook. Just chuck a little like or a little comment. It really helps the algorithm. And we appreciate it here at Play Live, 129 York Street.
And Jordan is really a blaster, isn't he? Jack 4 suited.
He can't help himself.
Jack 4 suited with a 7 BB stack. This is the one thing I would say, is that potentially you just don't want to open this hand, because if the guy jams 7 big blinds, it's a little bit gross.
Wow.
I think this is
3, maybe a 3.
I was gonna say it's a pretty easy. It's okay. It's definitely a continue.
Yep.
I think we'd rather flat a hand like king 8 suited and maybe 3-bet king 6 suited, but also could just come with call. I think calling's fine. I definitely I'm not folding. and he does come with. He does just whack it, which is insane. And as Sal wakes up with King Queen, so
those at home, he might be looking at Paris's play here and saying, "Look, King 6 suited. Why is he going all in?" I mean, it's why is he going all in? Do you think?
yeah. So I think that he's identified that there. Like now, once again, I'll clarify. We are not on the final table yet.
We are not.
But there are 2 7 big blind stacks, right? So
Yep.
he's basically saying to Jordan, do you want to play for all of the chips when you're
Yep.
very, very close to final table, right? I'm the guy with all the chips here. I can put a lot of pressure on you. You're a middling stack right now. You're kind of in my prison, and you have to sort of just do what I say.
Wow. Here we go.
Yeah, so unfortunately for Paris, Sal does wake up,
Yep.
which is quite unfortunate. Like, Sal's meant to be folding here a lot.
He's pretty shallow though, so I mean, he's got 5 big blinds, so
Yeah, 6.5. So
Yeah.
you can't do a lot but
Apologies.
call
Yep.
King Queen. I think you're just going to run it, especially against Paris, who's capable of bluffing and can be ahead of his King X bluffs. If he's got Ace Jack, for example, great, let's run it.
Yep. That's the beauty when you actually do have a nice stack that Paris has. He can actually make those moves and put that extra pressure on players like Jordan, and put him really in the blender and get him to fold actually better hands, blocking a lot of value. He does that with the King 6, so I absolutely love it. He does chip up Sal, and Sal is now on 16 big blinds.
Yeah,
which is
and-
massive from what he was on previously. What was it, 2.6 bigs with aces? Is that
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
And this is what we were saying before, right? It's like, you can have any stack and just, you've got a genuine chance to win the tournament, right?
Yep.
So never count yourself out, guys. Like, Paris will be quite shattered. Had 60 big blinds earlier.
Yep.
Hasn't really done anything wrong at all. More so just, blinded down just from the blinds going up, and then a couple of unfortunate spots there with doubling up, as Lord Agar in the comments has mentioned. Paris has doubled him up twice from the small blind. Happy Mel, good evening to you two. How you doing, Mel? Not sure which Mel it is because, you're just a name on a screen, but how you doing? Hope you're well.
Yeah, I hope you are well.
Thanks for joining us on Twitch.
Yes, that's it.
Must be a gamer. Has to be a gamer.
Pro gamer.
Yeah, that's it. Must be a League of Legends grinder.
Maybe Fortnite,
TFT.
StarCraft.
Yeah,
Who knows?
something
There's so
like
many
that.
games
Bit
out
of-
there.
Bit of RuneScape.
Ooh,
Actually,
that's a throwback.
I want
Counter-Strike, maybe.
Okay, I want to get a little bit of action in the comments. What is your favorite childhood game of all time?
Ooh.
I think I've got too many. I'm going to list all of them. I'm going to go RuneScape. I'm going to go Halo 3, Gears of War's not in the same category, but for nostalgia.
Yeah.
RuneScape, Halo 3, COD. I'm going to go World at War,
Ooh,
MW2, Black Ops 1,
Wow.
MW2, Black Ops 2.
Wow.
5 CODs. All amazing.
Wow.
And I think I'm going to go those 7.
What's that? FPS, isn't it? COD is
Oh
first
yeah.
person. Yeah.
What's your favorite childhood game?
Oh
Rudy?
gosh, I like a
me
bit
a
of
few.
Mario Kart. I grew up with the Super Nintendo,
Mate,
PlayStation 1.
Me and
so
Chris
a lot of
play it.
nostalgic.
Me and Chris play Mario
Nostalgia.
Kart every day.
Oh really? Nintendo 64 or?
No. Switch 2. The new one. Yeah. We
Ooh.
play every day. We're proper grinders, man. Like we're
Yeah.
like learning the meta and shit. Like it's quite insane.
Yeah, there's been a lot of I mean it's such a big business. A lot of people are going pro in these games and they're elite at what they do.
E-gaming is insane.
E-gaming, e-sport gaming,
For those who don't know, Paris is actually ex-professional League of Legends player. So used to travel the world and stuff like that. And, yeah, great game. Great
But
guy.
yeah, so like growing up, it was a lot of Super Nintendo, so Donkey Kong, Mario Kart, like Blues Brothers.
You're a little bit older, so you got those
Yeah.
N64, SNES games, yeah.
That's it. Yeah. And sadly, I actually sold my Super Nintendo, absolutely shattered. But back then I was a 13-year-old, and I just wanted a bit of money back from for my console, and I shared the money with my brothers, and I do regret it to this day because
It's all right, man. You can afford a new one.
it never bloody ends.
Nah, it
and,
never ends.
But yeah, so but I play StarCraft and Fortnite these days, and it's I love it every so often to pass some time. But back to the action. Queens versus King 6. What's the action here?
Yeah, so
And-
unfortunately we don't lose Sal. He actually,
Ooh. Back to 3.3.
Yeah, so he's back to that short stack.
short
So
stack.
he did jam the small blind. It is fine, obviously off 11 or 12 big blind effective, and Mikhail does just wake up with queens, and Mikhail has literally probably gone chip leader. And that's like the blind structure here. Everyone does seem to be around that 20 mark. So I think he's like chip leader or second chip. So he's got 26 bigs and 28 is chip leader in this table. So he's pretty much tied chip leader with Paris and then Geordie not too far behind. And
yeah, but Mikhail with chips now, it's getting very dangerous for the other players because, you know, he knows what to do when he has a decent stack. So I'm excited to see what's going to come and whether Mikhail and Paris and Geordie are going to battle. It's, we got a long session ahead.
it's a very fine line, right? We've obviously been talking how like you need to take spots in tournaments. You also need to be patient, and people probably think like, oh, we're contradicting ourselves, but it is a fine line. Don't get me wrong.
Very
but I think it is clear. Like Sol jamming that King 6-0, although he lost, like you just got to take that. Like against a big blind range, which is blind, you have King 6 off, right? There's also an ante in the middle. And he's going to overfold because we're deep in a tournament, right? You want to be the one putting aggression on, not calling, right? So he's going to fold like, you know, King 10-0, probably like even like some weak aces he might fold, like some ace 3-0s and stuff like that. So taking the aggressive path is definitely the play in tournaments. And we do see Mikhail find the queens and double, but even against that, he had 30%. So like, you know, you're never out. Obviously didn't result his way.
Could have rivered him and he could have...
I thought he actually flopped trips, but I thought he did, but he didn't find it.
Matt, I'm a poker player. Favorite game is Donkey Kong and Pac-Man. Shout out Donkey Kong, DK. What a game.
DK, my guy.
I've had a lot of fun with that game in the past with a lot of friends. So great game to get into. Sal is all in for 140, not 260. Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
Sorry, there was just a little bit some issues here with the graphics.
So Sal's actually found Ace King for 1.8 big blinds.
Could this be the story?
So Mikhail's looking at his stack and he's probably like, look, he can fold here, but he's actually just going to call. I was just pausing because I thought he jammed. I was like, oh no, don't do that with Jack 3-0. But there's this like paradox in poker where you want people to bust, so you can just call and it's not collusion, but there's like an unwritten rule in poker tournaments where when someone's like got 1 to 2 big blinds, you all just limp and you just check it down because it gives the guy the greater chance of busting, which then gives you a ladder, which then gives you more chance of winning and getting closer to the final table and for first place, right? So
that's it. Completely agree. Same with satellites as well. You know, your aim is to knock out players in satellites, and that's sort of obviously the strategy. But in this case, we're kind of deep in a tournament, and you know, the less players in,
the better.
It inches you closer to that top
So he
prize.
does get out flopped by the Jack 3-0, and this is why, like, you know, obviously not going to happen, but let's just say Ting elects to go crazy and just try to bluff him off for some reason, right? Well, now Sal actually triples up, and that's not what you want.
Check.
Yeah, so Sal needs to find one of the remaining. Well, he can't hit an ace because that gives Michelle a 3, so he needs to find one of the remaining kings to win this one.
It's an interesting spot for Mikhail here. Is, you know, he has top pair. He also has the straight draw to go with it as well. Like,
I actually don't like this bet at all, right? Let's just say hypothetically, right? Ting has like 8-7 of hearts and just jams. It's like, well, now Sal just doubles up a lot of the time, or triples up. So
that's it.
Yeah, I actually don't love this from.
Like, it's probably, look, he's, you know, he doesn't want big blinds.
He doesn't want a queen, king, or an ace to come. I understand. I want a king or a queen, really.
Yep.
But he does find it and eliminates Sal. So GG Sal in 14.
GG's in the chat, Sal.
Yeah. Well done, mate.
Done.
Well played. Unfortunate that the guy woke up behind you when you had the king 6-0. But yeah, nicely played and very, very patient. And sometimes that's required. So Michelle was like pretty much out of the tournament, and now he's got 33 bigs and chip leading. So GG's in the chat.
GG's in the chat. Great run, Kiwi special.
Yeah, agree. Anytime you come, you know, top 5%, 2% of the field in one of these amazing 400 player fields, like, you're going to be pretty happy with that. So
110%.
So back to the gaming question. So Lord Agar goes Minecraft and RuneScape. So I used to play Minecraft before it was a thing. Like, it was in alpha or beta or whatever it's called, and we would play in year 7 and 8, and and grind it till like we had all nighters and played till like 11 a.m. It was actually stupid, but you know we did it for the love of the game. And back then there was no storyline and stuff like that, so it was quite funny actually. And then RuneScape, obviously, as I mentioned, one of my all-time favorite games. I actually still play it to this day, which is quite funny. For those who don't know, it made a bit of a resurgence as O'Partial's just come in. Old school RuneScape, none of these RS3 shenanigans. Completely agree. RS3 is for not my kind of people. Old school RuneScape is one of the greatest games ever. For those who don't know, yeah, Lord Ego, I do play OSRS for sure. I do. For those who don't know, OSRS, well, RuneScape is a game. And sorry, I'll explain that back to the action. So Simon has 7 big blinds and has decided to open ace queen suited, which is, I mean, obviously fine if you're going to call off, I guess. I think you'd rather just jam this. You want a hand like, let's say the big blind's got like 9-7 off. You actually want him to fold because you're only like 60%. So I think I would much rather jam this off 7 big blinds. I'm not exactly sure if his stack's correct or something like that. Maybe he's got like, from what I saw,
He's got more, but
it does look correct. But I just think you want to jam this and just run it. Like, you're actually happy with a fold. If you get a fold, you like, you know, half your stack gets increased. So,
Ace Queen's he's got such a strong holding.
It's such a strong holding, but it's also a vulnerable holding, right? It's not like we've got 2 kings, right?
Yeah.
Very different story, right?
Yep.
So we'll see. Tamir in the big blind. Yeah, he's probably just gonna
bin this.
He's probably just gonna bin this.
Alarm bells are definitely going off. Obviously, he hasn't got a hand that he can defend with. 10-5-0.
Yeah, 10-5 suited, we're calling and seeing a flop.
In the bin.
He does
in the
get it
bin
through.
and onto the next hand.
So a few comments rolling in for RuneScape. I'm really passionate about this RuneScape thing. I love it. So
I'm loving the way.
you didn't play it, right?
No, I did not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I think 1 or 2 games I played, but I wasn't an avid gamer. Yeah.
One of the best games of all time. It's a MMORPG.
Yep.
You make a character, you get skills, you get quests, all that jazz, right? They essentially changed the game. So like it was like this game, and they kind of changed all the combat, how it all works, all the quests and stuff. They changed it, and a lot of the community was like really upset with it, right? A couple of years later, they re-released. They called it Old School RuneScape, OSRS, right? And they brought back everything from when it was in its prime, right? Now that game is at its peak right now. It's been going for 20 years. It's never had a higher player count than like it was like 3 months ago.
That's
it's like 200 or 300,000 plays on at one time.
Oh my goodness!
And it's like it's just so absurd. So yeah. Shout out to those who are old school RuneScape fans. I haven't played it in a few weeks. I've been busy. My handle, I can't remember my handle. It's like Jackson24, I think. JAXXON24. If you want to add me and we'll play when I jump back in and stuff like that. Is there food for the max late regs? I believe so. Enlightenment Seeker, I have to double check that for you, but they do bring out dinner around like 8:30-ish, I believe. So I'm not going to guarantee it, but I'm quite sure. Old school RuneScape, most nostalgic game of all time. I agree. Ultima Online was a great game. They actually never heard of Ultima, to be honest.
Neither have I. Neither have I, actually.
Wildcard Poker. Oh my God. Do you think of all this stuff when you're playing? If you're talking about the gaming, yes. If you're talking about the hand analysis, also yes. Vlad Kovsak. I'm going to go with
3304.
They released Iron Man mode, made it even more fun. So I actually made my new account Iron Man. Iron Man is basically you can't like buy items from like the big bank thing they call it the Grand Exchange.
Yep.
So you just like if you want to like get rune armor, which is like the best armor for free to play, you have to actually mine it, and it's like it just makes the game more authentic, I think. So yeah, shout out my Iron Mans, man. Wildcard Poker's a mega hater. He's fine. It's all right. Unless he's trolling me, then I feel sad. Jackson, did you play flower poker on RuneScape? I actually didn't. I've actually never heard of it. I didn't play for like years and years, but I just got back into it maybe 6 months ago. I know there was a massive gambling scheme. People used to play and they'd go to the jewel arena and they'd fight for like genuinely thousands of real dollars, and it was quite insane. So yeah, I probably rambled on a lot of RuneScape. We'll probably should get back to the poker and stuff like that. But yeah, great conversation. I think a lot of poker players are gamers as well. So yeah, you lost your bank account to that flower poker. Okay, I actually didn't know that existed. Wildcard poker. I'm talking about hand analysis. If you want to elaborate a little bit about exactly what you mean, I'm happy to answer that. And if you just mean like, you know, in terms of like ranges and you know how much bigs they've got and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm definitely thinking about it for sure. But if you have a more specific question about what I'm thinking or what poker players in general are thinking about hand analysis, more than happy to go through that. As we see Paris wake up with the ace king suited off 25 bigs, obviously nothing here to do bar open. Yeah, yeah. Flick some 2 big blinds in.
Shout out Amin Riazati. Sorry, that was a bad joke. Yeah, he got the ace king suited.
Sui.
Goes for the 2 big blind raise. Standard. Let's see what eventuates.
Yeah, nothing at the moment. I think Simon is just going to snap in this one. Queen 7-0. But look, it is under the gun, but it is only under the gun 6-handed, so it's like the low jack. This is probably one we can kind of defend. I think this is a little bit cuspy.
Yeah, it's an interesting spot. I mean, like, do you want to see a defend from Jordan? I probably am defending.
Yeah, look,
but I don't like it.
You are, but you just got enough equity. Like, as you see, like 24% equity against ace king suited specifically, which kind of shocks me. I thought it'd be a lot more than that. I think maybe there's a lot of folded queens and 7s and stuff like that. Because obviously our software factors that in. Obviously not doing anything bar calling, not 3-betting, not jamming, obviously. Like to see a flop. Hope it's a good flop and you can just get off pretty cheap. Obviously you've put 2 bigs in already, so you know you got to call 1 big blind to win 4.5, and this is one of those flops where it could get dangerous. Like obviously we can see Paris has flopped the absolute nuts, and ace king suited specifically is one of those hands you actually kind of want to check back a lot, especially on 6-3-2 against the big blind range, which is going to contain a lot of like 2 pairs, straights, sets, and stuff like that. So yeah, I think Paris has. No, he's actually bet. Okay.
No.
As you can hear his voice.
He's hating it. He's absolutely hated that Jordan hasn't waken up with anything he can actually call with.
Yeah. Even like a hand like 9-6-0 with the 9 of clubs, like you're calling. I wouldn't hate a check back just because you obviously just cannot lose his hand and hope he can catch up with a pair or start bluffing it. Like let's say the turn's like a 5. Can Jordan start repping a straight or something like that? As we do see the players going on a quick 15-minute break after this hand. So we will love and leave you again for a little bit, but we'll be right back. And we're getting very, very close to a final table, guys. So
Definitely getting there for sure.
yeah, sorry that the guys do have to go on break, unfortunately, which is quite selfish from them. We'd obviously just stay in the mix the whole time, but quite nice. See if someone can find a spot. I think you're on mute now, you goose. There we go.
We are good.
We're good. We're back. Mooney's back. Thanks for the shout out.
Some tech issues there. I thought.
No, not tech issues. Mooney just couldn't click the button.
Yeah.
As we see Mikhail with the ace jack O of 37, overwhelming chip leader. And as for those who were watching the 5K FT the other day, like Amin had 127 big blinds and the other 2 players had 15 and 12. He ended up coming third, and you know, it was quite unlucky, I thought, how he played, and he lost a couple of huge spots where he just got binned, and this is a really unfortunate spot for Jordan, and I really hope somehow he finds a 3-bet fold. I'm not sure. Look, under the gun, sure, but we're also against, it's 6-handed, it's odds to the low jack. He's the chip leader, so he's going to be quite aggressive. I would not fault him at all for jamming. I think jamming may be fine. I think if we have a hand like ace 9-0, we can potentially 3-bet fold, but a hand like ace 10-0 is potentially too good off 17 big. So I actually think we're going to see a jam. And to be honest, I'm saying I'm saying it like he's going to lose, but Mikhail is actually probably just going to snap fold ace jack off, to be honest. So I think this is actually going to work, and I think he's going to get quite lucky he didn't run into a hand like ace queen suited or something like that. So I don't love this.
Call.
Now, look, we do dominate some opens from the chip leader, but we are playing off 17 big blinds, so we're not really deep enough to do a lot. Paris is going to make a pretty easy call here with a suited king. Can just go post and you know, play it quite safely. I think if I'm Jordan, I really would like to see a jam here. We get some hands to fold, like, you know, some king 10, some some ace jack O, I assume would have folded. So I'm really not sure if I love that flat from Jordan. Like if you had a hand like ace 10 suited, even though I probably still would jam, I like that a lot better. You just realize your equity a lot safer. You can call across like, you know, like for example, you got ace 10-0 here. You can't really call this flop, right? If you have ace 10 of hearts, now you can call the flop because you've got some backdoor equity as well. So I would have liked to see him come with jam or even 3-bet fold. I think may have performed better than a call. I think if I'm ranking my favorite options, I'm going jam, 3-bet fold, call. If I'm gonna be honest with you, now you're in a really tough spot, right? You've got like you've got like a double gutty, right? So you got a straight to a king, got a straight to a 9. You got the backdoor spade draw, but you've also got Paris behind you who can just have all the 10-9-0 pure. Now, if he turned this into a bluff, repping 10-9 suited would be pretty sick. I just think, yeah, you can't do a lot here. Obviously, Mikkel can just have all the sets, all the overpairs, all the 2 pairs. I'm actually trying to put myself in Jordan's shoes and work out what I would do. And I think this is a really gross spot. I might just lean fold. Ace of spades makes me kind of want to come along a little bit. He's only about 2 big blinds into a pot of 7.5 big blinds. Let's see what he does. I feel like he wants to raise. This would be so sick. And he does come with call.
Come with call.
And look, I don't think this is terrible at all by any stretch of the imagination. I think there's a lot of the boards that are good runouts for him. This should go check pretty much every time. I don't see a reason for Jordan to lead. Nothing changes. Nuts doesn't change. 10-9 still the nuts. And I don't see Mikkel in any need to bet an ace jack O here. I think he is in position, so he could just put out like a 1/3 bet and then check back river. Get some value from flush draws, get some value from some worse jack X, like jack 10, jack 9, something like that. But potentially would like to see him check and then on rivers maybe go for a very, very thin value bet. Say the river's like a 3 of hearts, just go for a very, very small bet and try to get looked up by a worse jack or an 8 or something like that. Obviously, very unlikely that a queen's going to fold. I definitely think tripling this off would be quite subpar. So I would like to see this be a 2-street game, and whether that's on the turn or on the river, I don't mind. So he does come with 1/3 like I expected, either a check or 1/3, which I quite like. I think it's just either or. I don't think there needs to be any other option. I think if Jordan just jams, it would be so sick.
Oh my gosh.
It feels
I
like
might give him a hug if he does it. But
and a GG's in the chat as well. So we'll see. We'll see what he can happen.
This has actually been quite a lengthy last hand.
Yeah, it has.
Yeah, like the other players on the table are enjoying their break.
I want to enjoy our break,
Yeah, you and me both.
I got some food to eat,
Yeah, we definitely do. I wonder what Jordan is going to come with. He's going to try and sniff this one out.
I really think call is the word.
Oh my goodness!
Jordan Ballas.
That is crazy. Now,
he's so sick.
These are the types of spots that I absolutely.
Are we able to get the? I know this is the last hand to the guys downstairs. Are we able to get the comments up? I want to see if anyone's commenting some wild stuff about this.
Crazy.
This last hand.
What a crazy last hand, and I absolutely called it. He might get a hug from me if this gets through.
So I was gonna say, Mooney. I was gonna say, call is the worst possible option on this turn, right?
Yep.
You just do not want to call here. You're not against any bluffs.
This is wild. We 100% agree. Wow. So these are the reasons why. I mean, as played, he has the ace jack. He's gone for that turn value, but. He is now he's in the blender.
This is so sick. Because he hasn't jammed for much, man. Mikkel's bet 300,000 and Geordie's jammed for almost 1.1 million, right? Yeah. So Mikkel needs to call 800K to win a pot that would total about 3 million in chips, right?
Yep.
So I think you're getting such a good price. I feel like if I'm in Mikkel's shoes, I'm folding here. It feels gross. You don't really beat...
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Genius.
Jordan Battis, you are the best.
Genius status. Wow. What a play.
So Mark Smithy, we're probably going to have to go, but he does say, think you can call, can't put him on a queen why can't he have a queen here? I think he can have a queen quite a bit here. I don't think this is quite sick. I think the call pre was quite questionable, but I think the way he played that post was quite exceptional. And this is the beauty of Geordie and why I love him, right? He's just such a blast. He just finds these spots where I would never find it. So wow, that's such a sick hand.
Wow.
And I'm gonna go run downstairs and give him a quick hug. That's quite insane. And he does have, as Vlad said, he does, if called, have some outs. He has a king, which is obviously not many, but he does have it. So he's getting a lot of love in the chat. Andrew, oh my God, Jordan, brilliant.
Wow,
Christian in the Twitch chat, let's go, come on. Lord Agar, 100% can have a queen from small blind, queen 10, queen 9. Loaded. Yeah, I agree. He can have a bit of queen X and stuff like that. So look, guys, that's going to be it from us for this one. We're going to be back in.
Don't go anywhere.
Yeah,
this is action on this table.
What a last hand, man. We're gonna leave 15 minutes, guys. We'll be back very, very shortly. And yeah, thanks for staying with us, guys. We'll see you soon. Cheers.
Cheers.
Stop guessing and start studying like a professional. Welcome to The Vault at Octopi Poker. The Vault offers powerful study tools and data drawn from real tournaments. We've catalogued the action from the highest stakes arenas, including Triton, the WSOP, and PLAYLIVE. This isn't just a library of random solves. It's a curated archive of the most pivotal hands played at the world's most prestigious final tables. These are the hands that define careers. For these hands, we've provided comprehensive pre-flop and post-flop simulations. You can see exactly how the world's best navigated these high-pressure spots. Compare the actual play against the theoretical GTO baseline. Analyze the frequencies, the sizing, and the EV of every action taken under the brightest lights. Studying the Vault allows you to move beyond abstract theory and see how poker is actually won at the highest level. Boost your edge by studying reality, not just theory. Sign up today at Octopipoker.ai. I'll see you inside.
saying you've got players here that want to buy in, but they can't. So I said a 335 is a closer line to offer. was going to be out of bag. I'm like, come on, just so I get off the Dale and I got 6 games. I've already done 3 goals.
And also at 7 o'clock tomorrow, we've got the mystery bounty, $600 buy-in, 25k start stack, 24-minute levels, and 25k guaranteed. So thank you so much for sticking around, and we are back into the action. Jackson is away from the couch at the moment, but that's okay. You've got myself, Nick Mooney, here to keep you guys entertained. And as we inch closer and closer to this final table, get the graphics up of how many are left. I can see Jackson slowly making his way up the stairs. Well, that is not him. It's just me for now. Got Jordan Bates on the button. Ace-8 suited, following a Ting raise off 9.5. Now, to me, that looks pretty strong. If I'm raising off sort of that kind of stack, I'm basically saying that I've got a super strong hand. Aces, kings, queens, even maybe. But yeah, it does take the min with pocket jacks. Mikkel in the big blind, 5-6-0, 22 big blinds, covering Ting. It's going to find a defend. It's a very, very standard defend. Try to outflop the jacks, maybe. 7, 8, 9 would be juicy. So let's have a look. Let's see. Look at that. 387. $387. It's a great flop for Mikkel.
Makes 200.
Goes with check. We actually just got a hospitality package, a bit of butter chicken here at Play Live. And
there's food and now I'm back. There's food and now I am back. Is this the same stream? And we were just on a break, or did they change the link?
No, we're on. My actually, I don't know. I can't answer that question.
I'm going to say similar comments. So we're on the same stream. So
same stream.
We do see Mikkel the jam the pocket fives, and against Ting's pocket jacks.
5-6-0, 5-6-0.
5-6-0. He's actually got the open ender. So
the action went jacks open.
Mikkel, he just gets there.
Wow.
And we say bye bye to Ting.
And GG's to Ting.
Yes, what was the action? I did miss that, Mooney.
So jacks opened off about 11 big blinds. Mikkel defended, and the rest is history. I think it went check jam. Yeah, check jam. He's up and down draw, and gets called, gets snapped off as he would, and sees the bad news on the turn, and we lose a player.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal to lose that 6 high. But, when you have 2 jacks, it's quite upsetting to lose. But we do see, I believe, are we on the FT now, or are we still waiting for one more bust out? I
think it's one more bust out.
Yeah, okay. We don't have the graphics in the top right corner at the moment, but they'll get there shortly.
Yep.
So 5-handed for the moment. Players are going to look to go crazy. Unfortunately, Paris is now sitting second last in chips. out of 5, which is, it's fine. He's got 19 bigs and stuff like that. So we do have 200 runners in our flight B of the main event just quietly as well. So that's prize pool's been smashed. It's filling up. The room's like full downstairs. I just went to check it out to get a drink. So yeah, for those who want to come, you've got 10 more minutes of max late reg. Otherwise, for those who have entered in day 1A and day 1B, you can rego tomorrow for 1 hour.
That is it, Jackson. And yes, if you're in the area, come on down. Have your chance at 80,000 to 100,000, depends.
Yeah, somewhere in that bracket.
Possible.
It's pretty crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. Possible first prize for the main event. But we're here today, obviously, for this mini main event. 11 left. And Mikel getting blessed by the turn in the last hand. To felt a player, and now we've got Mikel and Jordan going at it. See how Mikel's going to approach this from the small blind. Ace 10-0, 36 bigs.
Yeah.
Covering Jordan.
Yeah, I do wonder if he just wants to jam this one in. As we do get a word from our guys downstairs, there are 11 left. So for those that are still tuning in, thank you for staying, by the way. Much appreciated. I think if I'm Mikel here, I probably want to elect a 3-bet or jam, and I don't want to flat, I think. And he's flat. So
wow. He must just knew. He must have known that big blind was going to wake up with pocket kings and he can get away cheaply, but has played.
Yeah, I think maybe it's potentially me, guys. I'm not saying what I'm saying is right or wrong, but potentially like we don't want to just jam these spots. I think just because it's 4 or 5 handed from the cutoff, opening. I thought ace 10-0 might just be a jam, like 23 effective. Maybe with this dynamic of ICM, I'm maybe potentially looking to 3-bet fold, but I don't think I love call, to be honest with you. Just it's very hard to play out of position. And obviously Tamir wakes up. But this is the sizing that I really wanted to see from him last hand. He's made it really small, which makes it look like he has some fold equity. They don't know he's probably had kings both times. This is a snap bin from Geordie, obviously, and yeah, not sure what Mikel's going to do. This feels like a pretty standard fold. However, you may feel like he could be bluffing and it could be a back jam spot, but he does elect to fold. And a nice pickup for Tamir, who extends his chip count a bit further, up to 24 big blinds, Mooney. So, Keisha, what's the buy-in? This one was $600.
600 Australian dollars.
For a chance to win $48,000. So, yeah, shout out to everyone that's playing that and still in. For those wondering at home for the main event, that is a $1,500 buy-in.
$1,500 buy-in for the main event. $600 for this one. But what you do get coming down to play live is the hospitality package. So, when you're ready for the tournament, you're able to give across your money, and you get given food and non-alcoholic beverages, coffee, sparkling water.
I'm demolishing these sparkling waters.
You're absolutely loving them. And so that's the benefits of coming down to play live. You get that included in your buy-in, so you can enjoy as many coffees, as many sparkling waters, many long blacks as you like.
I genuinely am not saying...
And a bit of food.
Yeah.
And food as well.
I'm not saying this because, we're obviously quite looked after from Play Live in terms of, just the treatment. I really just like this hospitality package because you do just... It's nice just being able to drink some bloody water or getting a soft drink or, something like that when you play, and food obviously as well. So shout out to Play Live. I do really enjoy their tournament series here and stuff like that. That's... Okay, so we do see Tamir with the Ace Queen O, button versus small blind. I think this is going to be a clear jam spot. He does elect to call, which I really don't love. You're now playing obviously a strong hand, but you're now playing out of position. He's probably looked at Mikel's stack and gone, you cover me, so I don't want to bust. But as the chip lead is going to be opening quite wide, it's quite a disaster. You're also kind of in a bit of a world of hurt. Like on this exact flop, right? Like you probably obviously check calling at least one, but what are you doing on turn? Say the turn's like an 8 of clubs. Like you just kind of have to check fold. And he has just gone with a lead, which I find really peculiar. He's taken the passive approach pre-flop, not jamming this hand, and then he's just let out almost 3 big blinds with nothing, which I find quite strange. I'm not sure his exact strategy behind this play, and I'd love to hear his thoughts on it. I'm sure he's got his reasons
definitely.
and stuff. Yeah, but I would like to see this just be a check call. I mean, let's say he's bluffing, which he probably would have. You're now potentially getting those to fold out, which you don't want to do. Let's say he's got a hand like ace 7-0. Well, he's probably just folding now, and you just if you spike an ace on the turn, if it goes, check, bet, call, you just pick up a nice pot. So. Look, I like the initiative. I'm not sure if I love the hand selection, as we can see me on stream on a 20-minute delay. But yeah, I'm not sure if I love that hand selection there. But yeah, won the pot, so good for him. He does up his chip count to 2.8 million chips, which is good for 28 bigs.
Yeah. So as just looking in the Facebook chat here, Scotty, if you choose to include, yeah, that's correct. So that is 110% correct. You do have the option for it not to include, and that's
it's up to you.
Gives you that option.
I'd definitely choose it, but
I would choose it. I would choose it too for the food and being comfortable and all that. So but you do have that option. So, but we are now we're gonna change a dealer.
Yeah, we're hand for hand now, guys. So 10 left as we welcome our Kiwi friend back, Kiwi special. Thanks, Moons. We are back. We are hand for hand. I don't want to spoil too much, but I do believe we go to the final table very, very, very shortly. Obviously, I'm on a little bit of a delay, so I may or may not know that.
And as Jackson has a bit of a yap, I'm passing him some butter chicken, which is part of the hospitality package here. So
it's quite nice. It's nice to just get some food and
definitely,
and destroy it, and everyone's happy.
If you need to go on mute for a bit, I can have a bit of a yap with the guys, and you can enjoy the butter chicken. That is fine with me. All G's in the chat.
Yeah, guys. If you obviously we are hand for hand, and as I mentioned, it is final table about to pop up, so. We are probably going to get them on an FT photo and stuff like that, which may take, for 5 or 10 minutes. So feel free to ask some questions in the chat. I do see a few comments from Jordan's last hand, which was absolutely wild. Stuart says, go Jordan. Mike Smithy would have taken me about 10 seconds to call that, my lord. Stuart, I've final tabled with Geordie before. He's a great player.
Yep. Completely agree.
Yeah, he does find these. I just went downstairs to give him a bit of a dap and say, well done, mate. Really nice bluff. So he's looking to make his mark, and he is a strong player. He's definitely more on that aggressive side, and we'll see. So he does open the King Queen-O off 21 big blinds, and we'll see if he can get a little bit of action. Not sure what Mikkel's thinking about. I think as chip leader, it's actually quite good to just analyze every spot. And even though you've got complete nothing, it's like, okay, is there a guy with, like, for example, right, Simon has 4 big blinds, right? So if you just jam here, like, I know it sounds absurd, but let's say you've got like ace 2 offsuit or something like that, and you just jam, right? It's like, okay, well, maybe you can just get some folds from range, like ace queen just goes in the muck, because you're just like applying a heap of ICM pressure.
Yep.
So yeah, that's the way I'd be thinking about it. And I'm glad that even though he had completely nothing, I'm glad that he's analyzing the stacks and the position in the tournament and stuff like that. Where are you located in Melbourne? I'm kind of like, Bayside. Where are you, Mooney?
I'm in St Kilda East, so not far from PlayLive. PlayLive's obviously in South Melbourne, 129 York Street. But yeah, I live in St Kilda East. Nice area. And how about you? Where are you tuning in from? What country? What area? You've been to Melbourne before? Chime on in. Just getting a little bit of audio difficulties here, so just bear with us. Franger baby. Frankston.
I actually lived in Frankston for like 15 years, so Frankston South. I'll clear it up a little bit. Where are you from in Frankston, Bobby? Are you Frankston, or are you like Frankston South as well? And do you play much of these like PlayLive APL stuff, like pub games, or are you playing more the series and stuff like that? Yeah.
awesome Kiwi special. Wellington, New Zealand. Yeah, been to Melbourne many times. Yeah, haven't been to Wellington.
You've been New Zealand, have
I've
you?
been to New
Yeah,
Zealand. Yeah. Went actually there for when it was I was in Auckland for ANZPT, I think.
How long ago was that? Was that before lockdown?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, long time,
much
man.
before lockdown. Yeah, that's where I've been around the poker streets for a while. Played around the world.
Around the world.
Around. But thanks for tuning in from New Zealand. It's awesome. Alfred John.
Oh, Alfie.
Does Paris FT every tournament?
He does. He pretty much does. I just want to quickly get back to the action. I do want to talk to Alfie. Haven't seen him in a while. Zach Hart from Frankston as well. A lot of people from Frankston in this chat. 3 of us, me included. So we see an open from Jordan under the gun. We see a small blind call from Tamir, which I think is a little bit too loose. I would prefer to see a 3-bet, but I'd most likely see a fold. And then we've seen Simon rip in the ace-8 suited off 3.8 big blinds. So Jordan's called, and Tamir's probably going to call as well, even though he's got a pretty bad hand. He's kind of priced in now as well. So this is kind of what gets awkward when and this is why stacks are so important to sort of understand, because, you know, he kind of probably wanted to bust him, and that's probably why he's taking this approach. And Geordie does end up with the knockout for Simon. So we're going to say GG to Simon in the chat, and we are making our way to our final table now, guys. So we probably will go on a small 5 to 10 minute break. We'll stay chatting. Don't worry. We'll stay yapping. But they're gonna get their final table photo and all that stuff like that, and they're gonna move on. So yeah, FT guys.
FT, and we're gonna get some new faces as well. So
we're only gonna be it's gonna take 15 minutes by the looks of it, guys, for final table. So
yep. I mean, here we are.
Yeah. We'll stick around and have a little chat.
Yeah, please don't go anywhere. If you're a little bit bored of us, jump onto Octopi Poker, have a look, see what it's capable of, and I believe we
actually have been given the privilege to do a little bit of a questionnaire.
Ooh,
and we're going to do a giveaway. So PlayLive have just shot us a message, and they're going to give away a PlayLive hoodie to a lucky person in the chat. Obviously, as you know, if you watched the Josh Monk stream with me, and also did the similar one with Luke Martinelli, he was giving away a bunch of merchandise as well. So I'm quite excited to be able to, with Mooney, give away a hoodie.
Wow.
Yeah, we're gonna think of a question over the next 5 minutes. We're gonna deliberate a little bit.
Yep.
I've set a timer for 10 minutes.
Yep.
So in exactly 10 minutes time, I'm gonna set a time for 5 minutes.
Okay.
In 5 minutes time, we're gonna ask the question.
Yep.
And then from 5 minutes after that, we're gonna pick a random person.
Okay.
And reveal the answer,
yep.
And they'll win a PlayLive hoodie. Obviously, have to come collect it in the venue. As you see me taking my top off to put a hoodie on, that's probably not what everyone wants to see, but that's great. So yeah, a couple more comments. Alfie, how you doing, brother? It's been a while, mate. Jacko's been running a couple of games, mate. So if you want to come play, feel free to come join us, or you want to just hang out. You know, be good to see you. Obviously, you know we're quite busy these days, all of us. So it'd be good to see you every now and then. Bobby D's plays at Heather Hill, Frankston, Young Street OG. Play a little bit at PlayLive and APL and the Ninch. Awesome, man. I actually am obviously from Frankston, as I mentioned, Frankston South, but I haven't really played any poker there. I played a Seaford pub game once with a friend who was a new player, and ended up having fun there. Gonna play cribbage while waiting. Not sure what cribbage is, but Twitch chat. Arun Shetty. Hey guys, great stream. I was in Melbourne for a month and I played a couple of the tournaments in APL. I plan on playing PlayLive on my next visit. Awesome, man. You can obviously check out the social medias and the event schedules and stuff like that. I believe they've got, I'm not sure when their next series is, but I believe it's like soon. Like it's in like the next 8 weeks. So maybe come down and maybe schedule it around PlayLive, and you can play a main event and stuff. But as you've probably seen, they do run daily events. So they run like 600 every Sunday, which is quite good. Gets like 50 to 100 runners.
Yeah, they have like a regular 250 mystery bounty
Yeah,
as well,
yeah.
running on a Monday and also a Wednesday. Yeah, so tournaments for all buy-in levels, which is fantastic. So.
Yeah, I think the smallest is like 150 or something, which is really, really fun, which is good. It's obviously good to have different level of buy-ins. Obviously, everyone watching can't afford 1,500 for a main or 5K and stuff, but that's the beauty of poker. It's accessible to everyone. There's, as Bobby's mentioned in the chat, there's $20 pub poker games that everyone can afford and that. So, yeah, I highly recommend coming down to Play Live and playing. You know, you're going to be able to play a satellite into something or just play a normal tournament into something as well. So, yeah, shout out to those guys. Me and Moody are going to take a 30-second break while we wonder what question we can ask. And we'll be back in 30 seconds because we do want to give away one of those hoodies and you can pick the color of your choice. So give us 30 seconds, boys, and we'll be back.
Stop guessing and start studying like a professional. Welcome to the Vault at Octopi Poker. The Vault offers powerful study tools and data drawn from real tournaments. We've catalogued the action from the highest stakes arenas including Triton, the WSOP, and PlayLive. This isn't just a library of random solves. It's a curated archive of the most pivotal hands played at the world's most prestigious final tables. These are the hands that define careers. For these hands, we've provided comprehensive pre-flop and post-flop simulations. You can see exactly how the world's best navigated these high-pressure spots. Compare the actual play against the theoretical GTO baseline. Analyze the frequencies, the sizing, and the EV of every action taken under the brightest lights. Studying the Vault allows you to move beyond abstract theory and see how poker is actually won at the highest level. Boost your edge by studying reality, not just theory. Sign up today at Octopipoker.ai. I'll see you inside.